Yes, people, and welcome back to Rivals with your boy Ashmatic on Spurs Kings TV. As always, welcome, big up. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Do all the good stuff. But you know what? I'm not gonna hate. I'm gonna bring him on straight away. It's their day. Let me just do the gentleman thing.
What's happening, boys?
What's going on? How are you? Are you good?
I'm all right, man. I can't.
Yeah,
complain,
not
man.
bad. All
Regular
right.
stuff, man. We don't lose to Madrid. I could never.
Listen.
I could never be that guy.
Talk your talk. It's all for you.
Nah, bro. 85th minute, I was still a bit worried. I can't even pretend.
What?
I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Fair enough. Also, Stefan, how are you? Are you good?
Couldn't be any better after that game. Proud of of the team. Proud of how we've 5 years ago we were playing a last 16 game against Bate Borisov in the Europa fucking league. To come all the way to beating Real Madrid, be the only English team to have beaten Real Madrid more than once at the Bernabeu, I think is a good accomplishment. But we cannot be satisfied. We need to keep moving forward now, and hopefully we can continue this form.
Big up, man. Listen, big up to the chat as well, man. I see you guys in there. Thanks for coming in from early. We have another guest. I can't see his screen, so I don't know if he's having technicals, but I'm going to bring him in anyway. Hanif, can you hear me?
Evening, boys. How we doing? Yeah, I'm having technicals. It's going on and off, so
No,
I'll just start keep it off.
The Google Chrome. I normally use it, but yeah, let you sort yourself out, man. Also, Preach is here as well. I can't see Preach either. How you doing, bro? Good? No? All right, cool. Let's just talk about Arsenal anyway, man, because they just won. And I'll ask a question. First of all, man, I'm going to keep it $1.50. Rice cooks better with the lid on. I'll be real. Over the 2 games, he did his thing. And Bellingham, I call him Smellingham, man. I couldn't see him, bro. And I thought Gogs would be there to defend his man, but I can't see Gogs.
He was good. He wasn't. I don't get this comment from you. I thought Bellingham was, especially in the first half, was their best player. He was winning every second ball.
He had fight.
But
like
maybe
that.
I don't know. Like maybe I'm expecting more from a player
100%.
in that role, and for what, like the hypes around him, etc., and the narrative.
Sorry to cut you. Did you see the Scorcher video?
No.
About when he's
yeah. Sorry, I did. Yeah.
We're not going to say this is a £40 million player. It was like, you see Bellingham, that's 100 mil. That's why.
Yeah,
that's why.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking like this, bro.
Yep.
Understand? It's the hype that certain men were giving. So, look, I thought over the 2 legs, Arsenal were the better, and I just felt Madrid just looked unbalanced to me.
So let me interject here, because we've got to do the shameless gooner thing.
Yeah.
You see, what's his name? Yeah, Ancelotti.
Yeah.
People was like in the chats, people saying that what's going to get Arteta through vibes. Am I the only one who seemed that like Ancelotti was relying on vibes to win this game?
100%.
Like, and I know I'm probably jumping the gun, and I'm probably overdoing it. But at this moment in time, fucking hell, it's mowing the lawn.
Oh.
You got a fuzz, Hanif.
Yeah, Hanif, your phone, mad feedback on your phone or your laptop. Can you hear us?
Yeah, Hanif, you got like a sound issue.
Oh,
now it's better.
It's a bit better. Can you hear us, Hanif?
Lower. You got headphones in?
I don't know. He can't even hear us. Let me mute him for a little bit because until he sorts that out. Yeah.
But yeah, like today, I'm not trying to discredit Ancelotti. He's a career. He's amazing. He's an elite manager. Yeah. But is he like at this moment in time? Is he a bit tactically inept?
He's more of a manager that he lets the players rely on their creativity to kind of find the net, if that makes sense. So that's how I look at his tactical setup for Ancelotti. He doesn't overcoach as what they call it, and he lets the players have a bit of freedom. But I just think he got it wrong in terms of the balance, because you've got Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Vinny. And for me, Mbappe is not a 9 like that you can put up through the middle. You see what I'm saying? Like, what they were doing was
not against the Polish Maldini, that's for sure.
they were crossing the ball. So for me, it was just all wrong. Like, I was a wrong tactic. But yeah, like I thought personally, defensively, you got the tactics spot on. You know what I'm saying? You weren't gonna go there, do like an Aston Villa and be expansive, and try to play your own game and then play to Real Madrid's advantages. That would have been stupid. Yeah, Hanif, your sound is crazy. It sounds all right now.
Fuzz.
Hanif, say something. Can you hear me? Yo, Hanif, blink if you're okay.
I know, he's moving like he's hostage.
Yeah.
What team is he repping?
Who's he support, Ash?
He's Chelsea, isn't it?
Yeah, no wonder why he's furious. I could tell by his face. I knew he wasn't happy.
Hanif, respond. Enzo Maresca, can you hear us? He still hasn't responded, guys. He's not hearing anything.
Not hearing anything. Yeah. I free what you telling me though. You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good.
Did you watch the game? Did you watch it?
Yeah. Yes. I was hoping for a major upset. You get me?
My game, innit?
Now, well done, man. They done the job. You get
Yeah,
me?
good job,
Yeah, and they use their strength. They use their strength, which is their defense. And like I think when it comes to Ancelotti, I think his time's up. Like with Real Madrid, when the rumors about new managers come, they're not rumors. Get me?
I've never
So
seen.
hear him. Oh,
You got to mute him, Ash.
Yeah.
There you go.
mute him. Yeah. He's got to figure his own way up.
What you saying about managers?
Yes, I feel like he most probably just lost the dressing room, the squad.
No,
There's no
You think so?
everything. Like, I think it's everything, but I think it's everything. I'm not saying like he ain't got the ability to revamp and like I think it's just all crumbling. It's just and then they're just gonna get rid of him at the right time.
Can we maybe have a discussion about maybe just Arsenal were just better than Real Madrid? The players that Real Madrid.
We're
Not just in this game, Steph, because I think they've been shit all. I don't watch La Liga, but the rumblings is that they ain't that great, is it, Preach?
I wouldn't say they've been shit because they're second, but they haven't been. They've been defensively poor at times, and it showed today also. But some of the players that have always been hyped up around Madrid for the sake of the fact that they play for Real Madrid, I think that I have watched are greatly overrated. I think Rodrigo is extremely overrated. Every time I watch him, one, his stats are very mediocre if we're just going to base it on pure stats. And two, when I watch him, if he ever comes up against a more physical defender, a la Lewis Skelly or somebody that gets stuck in, he's not very he's a bit soft. That's what I've noticed. The other player that gets a lot of hype because he scores great long range goals, but every time I watch him is a headless chicken, is Chouameni. Every time I've watched him, he's not. Today he was really, really poor. Partey and Rice completely dominated him and the midfield. So I just think Real Madrid are not this amazing team that people had created this image of them beforehand. Do they have the heritage? Yes, but Arsenal realized we're better. Timber, let's just have a discussion about some.
When you say like they're not the Real Madrid that everyone's, do you mean like
the
moment? You mean at the moment?
Like the mystique, like it's Real Madrid. They're
they are Real Madrid.
No, that's true.
That's what I'm asking you. I will agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, if you are basing it on this moment.
No.
You're just saying like the way we've been talking about Real Madrid, like the expectation, like for example, people are saying Real Madrid is going to win this game. That expectation doesn't come from a false hype.
No, I'm not saying they don't deserve their respect. I'm saying that this year, they're not the team that the media made them out to be like this.
Yeah.
Like this unstoppable force that no matter if they're playing shit, they pull a rabbit out of the hat and win. They're not that team this year. And defensively, it showed because Arsenal today should have won by more than 2-1. If you look at the XG and the stats, Arsenal's XG at the end of the game was 2.7. So they should have scored more goals. And if you look at this, if Odegaard was on it in the first half, Arsenal would have scored, I would say, another goal. Apart from
Odegaard for me in the first half, I felt
was
like
really poor. It was so poor in the first half.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know if he's overthinking, if he's been overcoached, or if he's just shying away. And
I don't think he's been fit, Ash. Ever since I think he rushed the comeback from the injury, and I don't think he's been the same since the injury. Hopefully, he can maybe find some, because second half he was actually quite good. He was very good in his second half.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like his confidence.
What's the boss like? What would you say?
Uh-oh.
Good question.
Because when he came back from injury, what was you saying?
It was like shit, even when he's like I don't rate. I've told
Before
you,
his injury, he wasn't.
I don't rate marathon runners. Preach.
No.
Run the fucking.
I'm not saying about what
40K.
you're rating. I'm not saying about what you're rating. Before he got injured, he was playing well.
No, he's been
But-
shit ever since. You paid
Listen,
70 million for a guy that runs around.
When
That's
we got
all he
him,
does. Runs around. That's
listen,
it.
I don't want to go too far left. But when we got him, he was doing well.
No, he wasn't. He was shit last year.
Let me finish. Before we got the
Don't worry, Hanif. This is regular.
it was his first. It was his first season at Liverpool. He was doing well, and then he got injured. Yeah, he was warming up. It was increasing. He wasn't like still. It was getting better. Then he got injured, and then you was judging him.
No, I wasn't judging him.
No, you did judge him. We can't rewrite the history, bro. You judged him.
Yes, I said he's not good because
you judged him, yeah. And I'm just saying, like everyone else as well, from some even Tottenham Spurs.
I didn't only judge him.
When their players came back from injury, listen, when their players came back from injury, you still judged them.
But wait,
It's not one subject.
I just judged Odegaard and said he's been poor since his injury. With Szoboszlai, it's not only me.
I said, what would you say? Like the wording. He's been quick. Say it then, innit? Like, why don't you say it the same?
I said he's been shit. Odegaard has been shit since his injury, and that's true.
Thank you. Keep going now. Let's go.
But here's the difference. Odegaard, at his best, was the most creative player in the Premier League. Szoboszlai, at his best, could probably win the fucking London Marathon.
He's so disrespectful.
Like,
so disrespectful. I don't know why you engage with him.
Oh, but he hasn't won anything anyway, so it doesn't.
Okay, great. Okay, yeah.
What you said was if and maybes, but in reality, he hasn't won anything.
Okay, well,
Szoboszlai, we're talking about a marathon. Rather win a marathon than win nothing.
Okay. In my defense,
my kids have won something.
Okay.
On real life, bruv.
Okay.
In primary school, I was a lacrosse London champion. I can tell my kids that I was champion of something. I'm proud. So
yes,
all don't mean nothing to me, fam.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna tell you that it wasn't only me criticizing Szoboszlai last year. It was also the other Liverpool fans in the group.
Listen, I'm talking to
so
you,
stop acting like I was the only one criticizing.
I'm talking about the energy of how we are talking about a player that comes back from injury. I'm just saying, keep the same energy. That's all. That was my challenge.
Wasn't Szoboszlai out for like 2 or 3 weeks or something? He had a small hamstring injury last year.
After injury, keep the same, because it's not just Szoboszlai.
Did he keep the same? Odegaard was up for 3 months.
Can I just
it was Spurs as well, innit?
Can I say hello to everyone?
Hi, Tune.
Can I say hello to everyone?
Oh, and hi, Andy. Good? I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't understand what we're talking about. Why we talk about Szoboszlai, man? From what I remember, PSG dealt with them. So let's give Arsenal their flowers. And I'm sorry to interrupt you both, but I was obviously watching it from a neutral, and I was very disappointed in Real Madrid today because I thought I'd see some flair. I thought Arsenal were going to win the game. But I thought I'd see more from Real Madrid, and I didn't, and it was very disappointing. I think this is probably one of the worst Real Madrid teams I've seen in a while. Mbappe was shocking. There was only 3 players that I could probably say from Madrid that had that tried, and the rest of them were absolutely shocking. And I think there's a lot of work to be done at Real Madrid. But you know what? You've got to give your flowers to Arsenal Football Club. They did the business over 2 legs, and they through to the next round. So congratulations to them. There was a lot of good performances from them. It's very hard to say stuff like this, but I always give them flowers to the team that deserve it, and Arsenal are the team that deserve it tonight. All I want to say is Arsenal went there with they went there to do a job, and they did it. From a neutral point of view, it was not a great game. The other game was better from the highlights that I've seen. But regardless of what I think, Arsenal deserve their flowers. Declan Rice, Martinelli tonight stood out for me. And Timber. I thought they were fantastic. Them 3, they really stood out for me. I'm not saying the other players didn't have a good game, but I'm just saying them 3 for me played really well. And I think I look at Martinelli a bit differently now because he doesn't give you a lot of assists, but the effort, coming back, tracking back, defending, and I just thought, you know what, freaking hell, he's a really good player. just needs to add a bit more numbers. But fair play to Arsenal. You did the business. You're through to the next round, and let's see how you do against PSG.
Big up, big up. I too. Can I ask a question? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Preach.
Does this mean?
Listen.
My friend,
Listen to
can't you hear the
Hanif
host
preach.
is talking?
Sorry.
What's wrong with this guy, bro?
Nah, it's too deaf, dude. Their beef is serious, you know. And so the moment
You
they
need to
see
get
each
these
other,
guys a room, bro.
the moment they see each other, it's smoke. It's smoke
That's
immediately.
right.
In
I
fact,
love it.
Ash, put them together on the thing. FaZe is in the way, bro. FaZe
Nah,
is
you can't. You need a division. It'll get messy.
Say that.
Obviously, Steph's the gooner, and then Preacher's my guy. So I have to be. You get me?
That's true. Go on, Ash.
What am I saying? So, did Systems Ball win today? Do you know what I mean? Is it a systems thing now? Because they like, you've got Real Madrid. Real Madrid are, they rely on the Mavericks to do their job.
Yep.
And he's laughing. And the Mavericks.
I know why Hanif's laughing. It's like this thing is following us everywhere.
Listen, I've got Hanif for a reason.
That is a
We're gonna get into it, man. So yeah, what do you think, man?
Okay.
You probably didn't see the game, but
No, I didn't see the game. I was watching. I was watching something different. I was watching something crazy. We'll talk about
what was the score in the Palace game?
5-0 Newcastle.
Well done.
Out here. First, I want to give
Murphy, man, like Murphy.
Oh, mate. When I heard Steph say something about Odegaard's the most creative guy, I'm like, sheesh, bro. Is he more creative than the Murphy? But anyway, first of all, I want to give a big congratulations to Arsenal. You man absolutely smashed it. I didn't obviously catch the first part of the conversation and stuff like that. It's interesting how a lot of the conversation is about how bad Madrid were. I think I haven't seen the game, but I'm sure people are going to say, for instance, how bad Palace were in our game. It's not that. Arsenal are just better than Madrid. That's all that it is. Arsenal are just a better team than Madrid, and they made Madrid look like what they really are. And I think people got mesmerized. I think Peter sort of alluded to earlier about the name and everything else. And fair play, they are Madrid, they are who they are. But I think Arsenal are just better than Madrid. They're on a level and a half better than Madrid, and they showed that. And I think if I was a fan, I wouldn't. I'm not saying the guys here are doing anything like that, but like maybe I've been just humble about it. I wouldn't emphasize how bad Madrid were because I think Arsenal made them look bad, and I think you're just the real deal. I wouldn't be so worried about PSG. I think PSG have to be worried about Arsenal. And to add in terms of your question around systems, speaking of PSG, the PSG are a systems team.
Right.
But they've managed to harness the individuality of their players, and it comes out. This is how systems and Mavericks are supposed to be blended in together. And they've done it to a very, very good accord. I think Arsenal maybe 2 years ago when you guys were attacking, like really attacking side or whatnot, you had that. But I think people have to give some grace to Arsenal where you've had massive, massive injuries, and you can't be flary when your flair players have been injured. And at the end of the day, that's what's happened. And so I think PSG, like I said, I think PSG have a perfect blend, a merge of system and flair together. I think Arsenal had it even better maybe 2 years ago. And I think after this next summer, you're going to see even a better Arsenal. But I wouldn't, after all the stick Arsenal get from rival fans and false banter, after all the stick people give Arteta and everybody else for the process and phases and this and that, this is what it looks like when you build a team. It takes absolutely ages, and all the standard FCs and all the guys that were saying you can just you can buy Mbappe and put him together with all these other superstars and what Chelsea are trying to do and stuff like that differently in a different way, but Madrid, if football does not work like Football Manager anymore. It doesn't work like that anymore. It takes time. It takes work. And if you want to have good football mixed with results, it's going to take even more time, and it's going to take great leadership. And no one's given. Obviously, I'm just coming on the back of it. And Arsenal are emphasizing. I really I was gonna say I really hope you win it. You know what? Yeah, I really hope you guys win it. Like, I'm not that much of a hater. I think you guys should. Your team has worked hard to
What
put
you
this
wish
together.
for.
You're showing your mineral. Huh?
Careful what you wish for. Careful.
No, go and win it. Like, look, we've whipped you for. At
Toon,
least we can say, yeah, go on.
you see that? You see when you win things, there's like a grace and a like you.
Yeah.
You see that? You notice that?
Yeah. You're
You
free.
ain't got hate. You ain't got hate on that one.
You're free to do it. My blessings are pouring out.
That turned into coffee, and I said, "Blessings for Ireland, my right hand."
Is this the same tune? It sounds
I just think people are gonna.
Hey, hold on, Ash.
Yeah.
Mitch is backstage. Oh, you see him?
Yeah.
Big up Mitch.
Big up, Mitch.
What's happening?
Can I ask a question to Mitch?
Yeah.
Does this show the gap between the Premiership and La Liga? Because
Yes.
You're not allowed to do that now, man.
Oh, sorry, wrong question.
After Ronaldo and Messi arguments in the WhatsApp group, and you left me hanging, you're not allowed to do that now, man.
All right, let's talk about the Saliba mistake then, innit? Let's talk about. No, I'm joking.
Hold on, where was you got? You cut off Toon. What was you saying, Toon?
So I was saying essentially that I hope you guys go and win it. I think it's going to be I hope it's going to be a situation where people finally understand that good things take time, and that you do have to endure hardship, sometimes disappointment, sometimes even like sometimes disappointment to the level where people are going to be cussing you out and stuff like that. But it takes time, it takes growth, and you guys have showed that. And I think hopefully over that, people also show Liverpool the same kind of respect that I always kind of done in that this is what it looks like. It's no longer just slapping world-class players together and thinking, yeah, that's it, that's how life works. It doesn't. So look, credit to you guys. I haven't heard, obviously, this. I'll be interested to hear like from other channels and streams, and I'm already kind of assuming, I hope I'm wrong, people are going to be banging on about how bad Madrid are. This is
For
Madrid.
sure.
And Arsenal just showed that their levels. That's all that it is. Did it show them levels?
Yeah, but
Did anyone else watch the game?
It's not that. It's didn't you? I think, Arsenal also exposed how bad they are. It's not that. We're not saying that they was bad and that's why Arsenal won. It's more like, right, look, we've seen. Look at them. You get me, basically.
No,
like
but you see,
a team that showed us that, right. Look at them.
Okay, but I just want to, apart from the game, I just want to mention just three things that I think three players.
Liverpool's one of these.
No, I'm not going to mention Liverpool. Don't worry. But I just want to mention three players that have gotten. I would say that they're extremely unspoken about compared to, let's say, the general. The first player has to be, in my opinion, Jurrien Timber. Jurrien Timber has easily been this season in the Premier League the best right back in the league, but nobody ever talks about him as a,
before you go,
as a top player.
Steph, who's his competition? Just to refresh my memory.
I don't know. No, I'm not gonna mention him because he's off to Real Madrid.
Oh, Trent. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, but
right back.
Yeah, right back. I would say
Livramento as well in that.
I would say Livramento from Newcastle, but just that the defensive record of Arsenal is the best, and Timber is a key part of that. But Timber, I cannot remember
How
one
many
game.
goals did he score against us in 3 games this season?
I think zero.
Okay.
Right.
Sorry, go on. Continue.
Okay, true. Toon, we get it. Newcastle have beaten Arsenal. We get it. You guys have it. We get it, dude. We get it.
Beat Real Madrid as well, isn't it?
Okay. But in terms of for me, he's rarely talked about in the same way as Saliba or Gabriel, and he should be, because he has been immense this year, and that's coming back from a massive injury, from an ACL, and he's shown this type of form. For me is even more impressive. The second player that I think needs to get a lot more credit, because I read some fucking takes from my fan base, and you guys know that I despise a large section of the fan base and their opinions.
I didn't know that.
Right before he started playing, that this is the worst defender that's ever been at Arsenal. That this and that. These people just shows me how stupid they are. They haven't watched Schillaci. They haven't watched Mustafi. They haven't watched Johan Giroud, Philip Senderos. Okay, yes, is he Gabriel? No, he's not. But Kivior in the last 3 to 4 games has shown he is completely able to play for Arsenal. Maybe not as good as Gabriel. Gabriel's one of the best center backs in the league and
The
in Europe
world.
and in the world. Sorry, but Kivior showed today he was immense
And he's
at
off.
the home game. So yeah, that's my second point. Show him some love. And then the third player that needs to be talked about is Miles Lewis Skelly. That kid, what he did at the Bernabeu, playing in that way, completely nullifying for the second time in a row, forcing Ancelotti to take off Rodrigo because he was doing absolutely nothing in the game. At the age of 18, the only player that I can think of that has done that and played at such a high level like this is Cesc Fabregas. That is the only one that I can think of for Arsenal. Maybe Wilshere also. But Cesc Fabregas for me. So just super, super impressive. But you know what the narrative is going to be now? The narrative is going to be the first one is that Real Madrid were shit. So Arsenal didn't beat that good of a team. Even
I hope
though
you know what with that, Stefan. To all the Arsenal fans, I hope you guys listen, like, and understand that. Like, stop listening to this banter and stuff, and stop abandoning. Like, honestly, like, you're gonna get.
It was.
Huh?
They was in it, and you beat.
Yeah.
Like they was rubbish. So what?
Yeah, but Arsenal made them rubbish. Arsenal made them rubbish.
They've been poor all season. You already said that.
Yeah, yes, they've been. No, they haven't been.
You said you didn't like the narrative that
someone called the counselor.
And before you go off, hold on. Let me bring Mitch in. Mitch has come in, and I got Yomes in. I want to get their points of view. I asked a question. Does this show the divide between, or the gap between, the Premier League and La Liga? You've got Real Madrid, who are second, and you've got Arsenal, who are second. But over both legs, Arsenal was superior. What are your thoughts on this?
I would say it doesn't really show. I wouldn't say that it shows the gap, so to speak. Like Arsenal were just better than Madrid over 2 games in this period of time. If this game happened 3 months ago, would we have got the same result? I don't think it's fair to say that. I'd say that the Prem's stronger than La Liga overall. Like if you go from 1 to 20, but I wouldn't say that this one game shows the difference in the strength of the best sides in the league. Because you still got Bilbao looking to win Europa League. Barcelona is still in the Champions League. So if they then go and beat Arsenal in the final, do we then say it's the other way around? The League is stronger than Prem.
Yoms, what do you think, man?
Do you know what? I've just got to say, hats off to Arsenal, innit? Hats off to us. First and foremost, to beat Real Madrid 5-1 over 2 legs is absolutely bananas. And look, people can say this and that and this. The performance showed it all, innit? Like Declan Rice, I don't even know that was jollof, innit? That was proper performances. So hats off to them. As much as that you know how much I'm bunning right now, you know. I am bunning. But hats off to them. I don't really think it says much about the leagues, though. I would say that, I would agree. The Premier is the strongest league overall when you take all 20 teams into account. But I still think that La Liga is probably just as strong when you're looking at the best teams. So I don't know if it says if you take the top 4 or 5 of La Liga and take the top 4 or 5 of
why are you looking at it in terms of positions? Why aren't you looking at it in terms of accomplishments? Don't look at it in terms of positions at this moment in time. The Spanish league for the last 20, 30 years has been the strongest. They win the most stuff. Come on now, let's not be silly now. Positions don't mean nothing. You've got to go and win the trophies. Hence why Liverpool's what the best European club, the best club in the Premier League with the most European trophies. You know, why did they talk about that and emphasize that when they didn't win the Premier League for like 50 years? It's because they've won the most trophies. You go by trophies won. You don't go by positions, mate. You go by trophies won.
It's been the same teams from Spain winning the league. So that shows me winning the Champions League, right? So
it's not only Champions League though, is it? You've got to look at the UEFA Cup and and the Conference League.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take the best of the best, right? So really and truly, you can say the Europa League, but the Europa League is getting its shine now. Teams don't really want to be in that competition if you're trying to be the best, right? Real Madrid and Barcelona don't really want to be playing in the Europa League, and the top teams.
We're not talking about that though. You're comparing.
Let me land.
You're comparing, aren't you?
Yeah, let me land. So when you're talking about the best teams, the reason why you would say, okay, Spanish teams are winning the Europa League is because you're gonna have a what's the team from Spain that wins the Europa League pretty much every year?
Sevilla.
You're gonna have a Sevilla winning the Europa League when you've got your
They've got no jeopardy in their own league.
yeah, like this is what I'm saying. So, does that mean to me that because they're winning the Europa League that Spain is stronger than England? No. For me, if you look at the teams that are winning the Champions League from England, we've had Chelsea, United, Liverpool, City. That's 4 different teams that have won it, right? If you look at Spain, we've only really got 2 teams that are going to even enter that competition. So for me,
like 3, because Atletico go deep into it quite often.
3.
Yeah, they go deep into it, but then we can say Arsenal have been deep into it. We can say, just what I'm saying, like going deep. I'm talking about who's winning it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So for me, like if we're talking about accomplishments, Bayern Munich have won the Champions League more than most English teams. Does that mean that the German league is on par with the Premier League? Nah. So
and also, aren't we talking about in this moment? We're not talking about like historically who's the strongest. In this moment, there's a very valid argument to say the Prem is stronger than the Liga. Even if you base it off European competitions, haven't we just slapped everybody up in the coefficient to get the extra Champions League players?
True.
So even in this season's European competitions, we've been better than all of the leagues by a distance because we've already been given the extra space. So
yeah,
I mean, talking about in the moment is valid. Over history, potentially not.
By rights, United and Spurs have absolutely no business being in that Europa League. We're 14th and 15th, right? Like, come on.
No,
Tottenham haven't lost. I mean, Man United haven't lost in it, have they?
Yeah, so you just got like we're getting slapped up by
They're unbeaten, man. Be nice, man. Be nice, man.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I honestly, as a United fan, apart from there is no team in the Premier League that we play that I think we're definitely winning this game.
100%. There's way more competition.
Do you see what I mean? So yeah.
And you know what it is as well? A league that they actually had to make a decision themselves and say, you know what? On average, Barca and Real Madrid win their games 3-0. So goal difference is irrelevant. We're gonna, if it's ever same points at the end of the season, we're gonna decide on head-to-heads. That just shows you how. And I don't know if they still do it, but they did that for a period. That just shows you how much of the levels are just different, man. But I'm not trying to shit on them. But the Premier League is it. I know it's full with foreigners and stuff like that. But
I think the Premier League is more competitive, isn't it? It's more competitive.
Yeah, man. And you know what it is as well?
I say that.
And you know, like our league's demanding, man. Like what you have to go through, the different type of teams you have to play, the different styles of play and stuff. There's way more variety, and you can understand. Like our league is so strong that they used to say this is why England's so poor internationally. Because by the time the tournaments roll around, our players are just knackered from the season. Because for a majority of the teams, let's say, it's jeopardy to like the last season.
And every single manager that comes into the Premier League says the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, like, you man don't have a chill pill. Like, take
not at all. Not
and then screaming through a winter break after 2 seasons and that.
Yeah, like, on top of that, it's the fastest paced in terms of where the game is. And then
kilometers are the highest.
And then you've got 4 competitions on top of that. Most countries only have 3. Do you know what I'm saying? So the demand is bonkers.
I want to know then, are Arsenal getting to the final?
Yeah.
We don't know that yet. Go to PSG first, brother.
That's the question, though, isn't it? Like,
how do
you know? Until you don't watch the game, how do you know why PSG spank them? You're gonna be crying then, aren't you? You can't write them off. Ask Big Preach. You can't write them off.
It's not so binary. The question is,
it is binary, mate, because we don't know. We don't know. Anything could happen. What if Arsenal lost 3 key players next weekend?
Yeah,
Arsenal fans would not be happy with it. And so the same thing could happen to PSG. Anything could happen in football, man.
Yeah, we know that. But the question is, do I think they're going to do it? I think they will. I think they will, based on how they are now. Like a plane could fall out the sky. Like we can say that for every question. The question is, can Arsenal win it? If Arsenal at their peak, PSG at their peak, Arsenal walk through PSG. I really think that. I think PSG are an incredibly exciting team, have a really good system, who work well off the ball. And on the ball, we've already seen how phenomenal they are as well. Vitnar and Fabian Ruiz, the way they kind of the fluidity in the middle as well, but also like is it what's that right back's name? What's the name?
Hakimi.
Hakimi. No, sorry, the left back. The
Mendy.
What's his name?
Mendy.
Phenomenal.
Those two are ridiculous, bro.
Phenomenal. But Villa still calls them. I think they don't have quite the physicality to deal with an Arsenal. That's incredible saying that. I think Arsenal can strong arm them. I fancy Arsenal winning it.
Sorry to cut you. Do you think though that maybe PSG underestimated Aston Villa and were a bit naive, and when it comes to Arsenal, they may take them a little bit more seriously?
Well, they went 2-0 up. But I kind of
Emery's good,
this
man.
is what I mean. Like,
Emery's good, man.
Yeah, I think Emery is good, to be fair. But I just think at the time, 2-0 up, that they took their foot off the brake. They were a little bit lax.
Yeah. So PSG
allowed Aston Villa back in the game.
PSG are Arsenal 2-3 years ago.
Right.
I would say.
Right. I was going to say Man.
You know what? It's a tough one because I feel like Villa just
crazy killers going forward, man.
Yeah, I feel like Villa just went all out attack.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you just go all out attack, you're just gonna score the goals, innit? And I think PSG was a little bit shell shocked. So I think it's a gift and a curse what happened, because I think if it didn't happen, PSG might be thinking, all right, Arsenal, we can cruise this. With Villa's kind of, the gift is Villa's kind of shown this is how you play against PSG. Like, just don't have any fear, just go for it. But the curse is that, PSG are now looking like, okay, like these teams coming from the Premier League are no joke, innit? And if Villa's doing that to us, Arsenal can do it to us as well. So I think this is the most fascinating match I've seen from the Champions League in a long time, like anticipated.
Am I mad, yeah? Because I was generally more worried about Villa than PSG. Am I an idiot?
Most Arsenal fans, because Emery's got you guys' numbers, to be fair. I think that's what it was. And you guys don't really do well against low blocks. And I think it suits you a lot more for a team like PSG because they want to play football. And you like teams.
We're not doing that, mate. We're not doing none of that. Low XG game is what we run. Yeah.
I tell you who's bonkers though is that Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah.
He weren't great yesterday though, but he's a crazy player.
You know what? Before we move on, did any of you lot watch the actual game, the Real Madrid Arsenal game?
I watched it.
Was it? Did Real Madrid not start like with fire in their belly? Was I the only one shitting it a bit?
First 10 minutes, I thought,
they were on it.
I thought first 10 minutes
they scored. Do you remember that?
I think you looked a bit nervous.
Yeah.
For me, Arsenal looked a bit nervous, and then that penalty happened as well.
Simmered it down, and then it
kind of calmed
down.
But changed the dynamic. But then Saka missed it, and I don't know if you looked for that penalty, but was it called a Travella? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. It was hard. That's a Panenka, ain't it?
Panenka, yeah.
What was that, bro? What language was that, Ash?
Yeah, no, Travella's the outside of the boot. Travella's the outside of the boot.
Where's your gift for yourself, Ash? Where's your gift for yourself, bro?
Let me go to Google and correct myself. Anyway, he should have gone through the middle. Why is he going through the corners? That was a bit mad. And also, when the guy picked up the ball, he's the capo.
Thank you.
Like he got to take it. Then he's moving nervous and passes to Saka.
Oh,
I was
the same thing.
I'm not Arsenal, man. I'm not. Yeah.
But I didn't like
They bottled it.
I was like, no! I know what's going to happen. I know he's going to get scapegoated, brother. It just turned into a race for me, bro.
That's why I was happy for him when he scored.
That gave Courtois a heart, though, because he's shook. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they're scared. Like, I didn't like that at all, man. That messed up the whole flow of it.
Yeah, it did.
They called it a pan crapper. Yeah,
But
big
you know
up,
what?
Bobby.
The Eze penalty in our game was just as bad, you know.
Oh, what, they missed a pen?
No, that was worse.
Eze
That was
was
worse.
horrible. Eze,
It was
That
terrible.
was
go
terrible.
look at it.
He was
Hey,
nervous.
Go watch
He
it.
was nervous.
It's
Ain't
kind
nothing
of
like sitting in the
unbelievable
car.
that people won't just put their laces through the ball and just aim for a corner. Just you need to score a goal. That's the whole point of it. You don't need to look sexy. It makes you look silly at the end of the day. Just toe poke the ball into a corner and frigging get it over and done with.
Yeah,
They
Gary
need to
Speed,
stop. I'm
David
telling you,
Batty and them, man.
just
Yeah.
Alan Shearer it, man. Who cares? You want the goal. That's all you want.
Yeah.
Don't you
Oh,
think?
man.
Doesn't anyone find that too many players seem like they're looking to get that FIFA run up
Yeah.
set, so that they've got this specific run up, so that when they play FIFA, they've got a specific run up rather than
Yep.
just scoring
Yeah,
it down.
part of the brand,
Mitch,
innit?
you know when they
Too
don't
much
score,
PR.
yeah, they get
Yeah,
some
too
nice
much
FIFA
PR.
comments as well.
Hey, what can we talk about the Saliba mistake as well before we move on?
He lost his concentration, didn't he? He just purely lost his concentration. He didn't know. He thought they were winning. He just thought, nah, man, the game's over.
Yeah, because
And
actually,
fair play-
to be fair, I've done a disservice because Saka goal was dope. I think Saka,
Yeah.
Oh, it was a good
Composure.
finish, man.
yeah,
Give
the finish was
Saka
mad.
respect, man.
It was a good move as well overall, and I feel like when he got the ball, he picked it up because it was a mistake, innit, from the two Real Madrid defenders. They both went for the same ball. They headed it, and then it went down, and Saka picked it up, and then he took his time. He slowed it down a bit. He put his head up, didn't rush it, and then someone's watching the highlights as we talk. Like you two. Sorry. Yeah. So then
Couple
Saka,
passes.
Is there an
not
echo?
me.
Can I hear an echo? Or is it
I
just
can hear
me?
an echo as well.
it might be Hanif, is it? I don't know. It might be.
Yo.
It sounds like someone's watching us in the background while we're
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone now.
It's gone. Yeah. Anyways, sorry. Saka picked it up, gave it to Odegaard, and that's when I thought, yeah, Odegaard, he was a bit more calmer. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got another guest in. Rook. Big up Rook, man. What are you saying?
Big up Rook.
Hold on.
Hear us.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Thanks for
Rook, you
having
look
me
shook.
up here.
Innit? Yeah.
Wait, hold
man,
on
we're
1
all back,
second.
man.
Let me hold my AirPods is connecting in because my signal's moving a bit.
Rook, you in the
Fugazi.
Bernabeu or what, man? What's going on?
Hey, steps back, innit? Yeah. No, we're talking about the goal of Odegaard playing that nice little weighted pass back into Saka, and then Saka obviously he just dinks it in.
No, that wasn't Odegaard. That was Mikel
Marino. But Odegaard passed it to Marino, right? It was,
Yeah, the whole whole
About
sequence
four-
of
yeah,
play
about
was
four
really
plays in
good.
both. Yeah, good. Nice.
Tell him, Ash. Tell him, Stefan, he's getting it wrong, man. Start on him.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, by the way, that's another player, Marino, that at the start of the season got a lot of stick that he's shit, that he's not good.
I know Ash said that, you know. Do you know this Ash here? Misbehaving, you know.
my man's trying to stir it up, Marino.
No, but like I'm just watching the Inter Bayern highlights. What a goal by Eric Dyer, a former Spurs legend.
That's hilarious.
Former Spurs legend.
It's
What
crazy.
is going on there? That's disgusting.
diabolical, bro.
Hey,
That is a disgusting comment.
The narrative is Kane doesn't score in big moments. He scored today, so
Yeah, his big moment with Bayern Munich is watching Inter on TV in the semis. Yeah, that's his big moment.
Oh my days. Oh my days. Nah,
What's about the Rock,
nah.
man? Look, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, who
Obviously,
you support, first of all? What team are you?
Arsenal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Another Arsenal.
Bro, boy, how comes all the Arsenal man them are awake now? Like, to be fair, I give Chinks his props, but that's where it stopped.
Thank you. You know their way there.
Like, what's going on?
Yobs 2-1 at the Bernabeu. Now Rook wants to be a football YouTuber.
Oh my days.
You know, are too funny, man. Go on, Rook, man. Have your say, man. Shine your light, bro. Go on. Let's talk about Saliba. What did you think of that Saliba not shaking his mirrors?
It was for me. It was the ultimate kind of.
I was there Rook goal, man.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so with Saliba, I do not know what he had I do not know what was going on his mind when obviously he gave the ball away, when he took the risk to try and pass backwards, and then a
After
Madrid
party,
player just
after party,
possessed him,
innit?
because I feel like as a thing where he probably just got a bit overconfident in the moment. That's
Rook,
what
it's
it
the
is.
after party, man. It's the after party. That's what he was thinking about.
Yeah.
No, I probably think he was getting overconfident in the moment, that he was probably thinking of the PSG just too far ahead. But
That's
is
what
but that happens. That happens.
Can I just
At least
ask?
he held his nerve after.
Can I just ask, right? How many? I was sat with 3 Arsenal fans, right? The Arsenal fans on the panel. How much pressure did you feel after you conceded that goal?
No,
I-
don't, Steph, because sorry, go on.
I actually didn't. I knew the goal was just. I honestly I thought the goal was just a complete like
Mistake.
anomaly. Like if you had watched the game, you could see that Arsenal, if they kind of concentrate fully and lock down, Real Madrid could not do anything. So I was still really confident that we would go through. I was not worried about Real because the goal was not Real's good play or anything like this. It was just
Oh, yeah.
our mistake.
And wasn't it like 75th minute or something
Yeah,
like
I'm
that?
about to check as
Yeah,
well.
and you know what?
Equalize as well.
And you know what it is, yeah? And this is probably a big part of why I fucking love Arteta so much. Because even Wenger, yeah, on any given day,
No.
like withdrew 4-4 with Reading, like it can happen. But Arteta, yeah, he's given man this, like, it sounds like cocky pause, but I don't really get worried in games. It's probably a podcast said this coincidentally. Yeah.
That's over Wenger.
No, not like that. But I'm telling you that at any given moment, our ass could
Say
fall
with
out.
chest, my brother. Say with chest.
Like, do you
Don't
know
be
what I mean?
ashamed.
Like, under Wenger, our ass could fall out at any moment. Like, Arteta,
Hicks, there's some things that you can't pause, bro.
No, but still put respect on Wenger's name. Like
No,
Wenger was a legend.
he's more than a legend. He deserves a
more than-
statue. If
I
he
get
doesn't
what
have one
Chinks
already.
is. I get what Chinks is saying
There
though,
was a
because
statue of Wenger at the Emirates.
No, but alright. So, okay, I bet you now, Rook, Arteta will never lose a game 8-2.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, do you know what I
No,
mean?
no,
Like,
he's more of a 5-2 kind of a guy.
I can't predict that. I can't predict that.
no, but do you get what I mean though? Like, I could.
We don't concede a lot of goals, because I think even this season the most number of goals we've conceded is 2 goals.
Yeah, but
in the
Arteta's
games
our
we
manager.
lost. Yeah.
Yo,
So
but
that's
Arteta,
credit to him.
but
But that's probably
that.
because of the tactics that Arteta possesses. Because when you think about it, Arteta initially you probably think he was an attacking manager, but he's almost transitioned into
Defensive.
being more defensive.
He's since his conception, he started with a 5-4-1.
But
Remember, with Aubameyang.
How is he defending?
Remember, I know he was Wenger's manager, but he was under Moyes.
I mean, when you look at how Arsenal have been in the league and stuff like that, you can almost say it's not as fluid, and that's probably because Arteta doesn't take as many risks like all the time.
And that's my point, though, Rock. So I'm saying that because of that, he doesn't take much risks. I'm not really worried, because the question was, who asked the question about were we worried? What was the question again?
It was me. It was me, mate. It was me.
When they scored.
Yeah. So for the past, I'd say since the last 2 years, the games I've been worried this whole season, the games I've been worried is the last 10 minutes. I think it was against Liverpool, where we had a shaky back four.
Yeah.
And Newcastle with Isaac, when he was making Saliba look like just 2 mixed race guys at the bus stop. Like since those two games, I was worried. Like when he done it, when he showed, I was like, whoa, what's going on there? I'm not used to this. Like those two. Other than that, this season, I have genuinely not been worried in no games.
I can't say that shit. You know? See, he
Fucking
can get away with that, but I can't say that. That was a great analogy.
Mate,
But I
do
do
you not have
agree with
mixed
you.
race guys at the bus stop in Bulgaria?
But basically, me and FaZe by the bus stop and that. That's how he's looking. That's how he's making it look.
I am Saliba though. I'm Saliba.
No, but you know, as a neutral, right? I don't know what the other guys think,
You're not
but
neutral. You
You're
fucking
not
hate us.
neutral,
You're
bro.
not
I'm
neutral. You hate
neutral,
us.
man. Neutral,
I'm
man.
telling you,
Neutral.
Spurs
No, but
As a football fan, I get
no,
it.
but were we?
Go on.
But were we not expecting more? You know, in terms of flair and creativity and stuff like, I was just expecting more from Real Madrid, man. I was so disappointed.
I thought he was gonna say from Arteta. I was thinking, what the fuck are you watching?
Nah, man. You guys were there to shut up shop, man. I get that. I understand that, right? In terms of the result, but it's just, you know, when you're watching, you know, if you watch that game as a neutral, or if you were there, right, you just think, bloody hell, I've just seen, this is the worst Madrid team ever,
That
and
was
these guys are shocking.
that was by design,
Absolutely.
though. That's exactly what the tactics were designed to do.
No, I understand that, but I expected Madrid to find a way. I expected a lot more from Madrid. I really did, because I just thought I would have seen better football, mate. I understand Arsenal did their job, and they did do their job. There's no denying that. I give Arsenal their flowers. I've seen that type of football under Mourinho, mate, many times. So don't think I've never seen it before. And I give Arteta his flowers. But I just
don't know.
expected
I don't
more.
know. Like,
I expected more, and I don't know. And that's because it's Real Madrid, isn't it? And that's just
you
me.
expecting more, but the
Hey,
thing is,
names
the
that are
key for
getting
Real
clicked,
Madrid.
I would say it's names that haven't clicked. Like that's so you expect the expectation is in their names, the player names on the back, but they haven't. They haven't.
I don't know if that's a little bit unfair, preach, because I think Real Madrid have been really good in the way that they build up. I think what Arteta done was he said, "Look, we're going to force them wide because we're not going to let Bellingham get any time on the ball." Rice was really key to what they did, and he said, "We're going to Partey and Rice," and he said, "We're going to force them wide." And actually, we're going to test how good Rodrigo actually is.
He's soft.
Do you know what I'm saying? So they starved the midfield of oxygen, and I think that's what really won them the game. How good Rice and Partey actually were. Do you get what I'm saying? So I
Talking
think
about
it's,
party though,
Yeah.
he's gonna miss the next game, innit? Because he got a yellow
Yeah,
card.
that was so
he
stupid.
misses- yeah, he
that was so
misses- he
stupid from
misses
Partey
it-
at the
he
end.
misses it.
needless yellow as
I
well.
think it's in two, so it now makes me think, okay, who's now gonna play in that midfield?
Marino
Yeah,
and Rice.
What a
Wait.
daft rule that is as well.
No,
Why do the
no,
yellow
no.
cards have to be taken into the next game? Just friggin' start from zero. You're just denying players from playing. It's ridiculous.
I
that.
completely
it's an
agree with you.
accumulation of.
This
I think
rule,
it's a accumulation of
needs to be
yellows that you've
stopped.
had
It's
during
so
the tournament.
stupid.
Like if you've had five yellows altogether.
No,
Accumulation.
in the next game, the players that are at risk, because from what I remember, it's every 3 games, and then it gets and then you don't need to. It's okay that you get a yellow. I think it's every 3 or 4.
They need to just have an amnesty at the semi-final, man. You can't.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Like,
It's
players
bullshit.
missing
Like,
finals for yellows. I just think that's just a stupid rule.
No. Just do what the American sports do. Just find them.
I think it does. I think it does though. Now, I don't think. I think that the cards are wiped after tonight, and in the semis, it's reset.
And that's what
I don't think so.
There is a point where it does.
There's 100% in Europe. There's a point, and I'm sure it's the semis because after a couple of players missed the final because of the rule, I'm sure they changed it.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
because I think we would have been Barcelona in that final if.
Of course. Yeah.
No, he's gonna miss it. Thomas Partey will miss Arsenal's next Champions League.
If
man.
Darren Fletcher hadn't got sent off in that semi-final, I'm telling you, brother, we would have beat Barca. Trust me.
Darren Fletcher. Next, wait, Next, you're gonna say if only West Brown wasn't suspended for the final, then we would have definitely won.
Hey, don't shit on West Brown, bro.
Hey, is anyone think that this new Champions League format is better than the old
I
one?
love it. I think it's much better. It's much better.
But isn't it the Super League?
You're not in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Much better.
oh.
I know I'm not in it. Thanks for that, mate.
I was just commenting on the format of the tournament. There was no need for that.
It's banter football for you, Hanif. That's why you don't care what happens.
No,
that semi-final, Phil.
but in terms of if you look at it, it's you're playing. I don't know how they work. I don't know how they work out the fixtures, but there's no two. You don't play two games, and you're playing. You got to play 8 games, and if you don't end up in the top 8, is it, or top 10, then you don't qualify. Then you've got to play another leg. I think it's much better when I saw it.
Big games earlier as well. It gives you big
No,
fixtures.
but
earlier.
guys, the reason why I think also it's better is because there's the last round of the games. There's not this bullshit where teams can just coast. There's no like incentive to play the last game. Pretty much every single last game of the group stages had some sort of narrative. So that's why I also liked it.
You don't get
and
more.
and you know what?
Smaller teams a bit of a chance for me. So
Yeah.
the teams in like pot 4 will look at the other games that they've got in against the teams in pot 4 and think if we win those, we've got a chance of potentially making a play.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
Whereas if they get a crap draw in the league, they're like, right, we're basically out anyway.
Yeah, and if you get in the top 8, if you want to motivate yourself to get in the top 8, you skip around. I think that's completely fair. The only thing I think that's unfair is that they should do it like in American sports, where the higher ranked team should get home field advantage in the quarters and the semis. So Arsenal should.
Nah, man, forget it, man. Just pick it out of a hat. Sod that. Nah, forget it. This is America, man.
What's the point?
Bring Jimmy back.
What do you mean? What's the point? The point is to win. You turn up to win. They say America, man. They've already ruined my club. They've ruined Yam's club. Forget America. Forget them.
Well, guys, how about this? Every single thing that's in football that's been it's taken 20 years for fucking the dinosaurs in football to adapt was in American sports 15, 20 years ago.
We like it that way.
Yeah, but they used to take their penalties from the halfway line, man. No one cares about their sport. Their innovations. I'm running 40 yards to take a shot and goal for a penalty.
One-on-one penalties where you run up the ball.
They basically was doing that ballers league, like that's what they wanted football to be like.
Bro, they pissed me off,
2-on-2.
Watch that game, yeah, man. Mate, I heard them call a fullback a halfback. I said, I'm turning this shit off.
What's his name at AC Milan? What's his name at AC Milan? That American at AC Milan. They think he's as good as Messi. The Americans do. What's his name? He was at Chelsea.
Who is it?
Yeah, man. They think he's as good as Messi.
How you don't know his name?
Pulisic.
The reason why I don't know his name is because he spent a year in with the our local NHS. That's why. Reece James and Luke Shaw are currently occupying that position at the moment.
I was about to say Luke Shaw. There's a blasphemy past, but he's still under contract.
What the fuck is going on there? What's actually? Sorry to disrupt the whole show.
He played against family.
What, for Southgate?
No, he played last week, didn't he?
No, but where's he?
He's back, man. He's back, man.
Has he got like a drug habit or something we don't know about? Like, what's the story with him?
Mental health issues, man. Mental health issues, man. Mental health issues.
Don't have recency bias. You man have had a Luke Shaw of your own. Do I have to fill up Diaby, bro?
To Diaby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course. All in the same book, bro.
Yeah.
As Toon would say, they all live on the same block.
Yeah, Nurse, Florence Nightingale Wenger used to do that shit all the time. Abu Dhabi, Wilshere at the end, they would be injured for a whole year, but Wenger would give them 1-year extensions, 2-year extensions, like.
No, but if Diaby was so good though, bro. Diaby was
He was an amazing talent, but ever since that guy broke his leg, he could never recover physically from that. And Wilshere, I would say Wilshere was overplayed.
Eduardo,
oh my God, he was a baller before he got injured.
But Wilshere also, there were also a lot of rumors that he wasn't the most professional. He partied a lot, wasn't like didn't take care of himself as well. So maybe that was also another reason.
No, but I think
He was a top.
I think if you still look at Premier League football, right? If you start at a very young age, like at 17, 18, it comes back later on in your career to bite you in the backside. It's happened for a long time and it's still happening. Look at Mason Mount's a current one. Reece James is a current one.
Look at
No,
the
no,
boy.
no,
Look at the boy. Look at the boy. He just flogged to us, Hanif Sterling. He's finished.
Yeah, I know.
Guys,
You saw Sancho at the premiere.
Oh, he looked amazing. Pause. He don't give a fuck about the pitch though.
Hold on. What does that mean for Saka then? Because Saka started out, you know.
Yeah, you've got to manage him. If you don't manage Saka, he's going to suffer loads of injuries later on in his
I
career.
agree with
It's
this.
weird because that seems like a recent thing though, right? It's like
Ask ask Preach. Michael Owen. Michael Owen's another one.
Michael Owen had a very long, good career.
Nah, Michael.
No, he
Owen.
didn't.
Nah, man. We saw a good Owen.
Fergie time when he was. Oh, to be fair, he was
Nah.
still young.
No,
man.
Michael Owen had the first 3 to 4 years where he was amazing. Got that terrible hamstring injury where he needed surgery and was never the same, Yoms. He was never.
It was never the same, but he was still playing.
He was still a very good player, but he was never the same Ballon d'Or winning player at Liverpool that he was.
No, of course
At
not.
Newcastle, he could
But then
barely
you
run.
Yeah, he couldn't at all.
But then you look
Remember
at
there
players
was-
sorry, go on, Preach.
Just going back to the Saka thing, you know. Remember there was a thread going around that every time he got subbed here, he looked like he was limping.
He just does that shit to kill time.
No, but
He
that's
always does that shit.
Is it to kill time or is there something there though for real?
Yes,
I feel like that's his style.
Saka's Arsenal are forcing him to play. He's gonna secretly lose his leg any minute. Yeah,
No, I'm saying, I'm asking for real. Is it? You reckon
Preach,
Saka-
man. Preach.
Yo,
I don't know. Saka before this surgery where he was out for 3-4 months, he barely got any injuries. Havertz also, some of the players that have been injured. Ben White pretty much played every game also. So I personally think, again, you guys are gonna laugh. Again, they need to learn from American sports. They need to have a players association.
I mean, we're watching NBA
Pressure.
today or something like that.
What is going on with you, bro? This is the
crazy.
Premier League, man.
Finish.
This ain't the NBA, you know.
Listen to me. You hear American and you get all fucking triggered. Relax.
America. Oh my God, man. What's going on here?
Great.
Stefan, where are you from, man?
Bulgaria. So not American. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're European. Relax, bro.
No, but I watch.
Stefan, what's the biggest sport in your country? What's the biggest sport in your country?
But wait, let me just finish. In American sports, the
Lacrosse.
Players Association has powers. So if they're not happy with something,
Right.
like, for example, scheduling
Stefan-
of games, there's too many games, they go on strike, they renegotiate deals. So the players are happy, and the quality of
There's a players union here, though,
Okay,
right?
let me tell you something. I'm sorry to interrupt whoever that was. Let me tell you something. The NBA ratings are lower now than when they were 10 years ago. Why? Because players are playing less games. The players are playing less now. So yeah, you're right. This is what American sports are doing. So, but we're not going to.
That's wrong. That's
No, the best players in the world are playing less. They're not giving you as much game time as Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and all them, man. And
that's a whole. That's a
the
whole.
ratings have gone down.
No,
forget that, man. Keep America in America. This is not America, man. Don't destroy the league, man.
Okay. Well, you can say this about the NBA, which is true. People would argue it's the style of the new NBA that's causing the ratings to go down. The NFL ratings are going up everywhere, especially in Europe. The NHL ratings are going up everywhere, also in the world, because of those type of differences. Because, for example,
what's the NHL? I don't even know what that is. NHL, what's that?
It's
Ice hockey.
National hockey.
Ice hockey.
So it's the hospital league.
You guys laugh.
Is it the same as hockey that we play in England? Is it that type of hockey? Yeah, that's in the Olympics.
Ice hockey.
Okay.
Ice hockey.
Just to finish, you guys laugh, but the main reason why these sports are able to actually change and adapt and find a middle ground between the league itself, the interests of the league, and the interests of the players is because they have a players association that can go on strike, that can stop the league. Baseball has done it, the NFL has done it, the NHL, every single one. And in the end, there is a deal that is agreed, Whilst in football, the players are getting completely rinsed.
No, to be
You
fair,
can-
Stefan, I totally agree. I agree.
Your
There's too
players,
much
they've
football,
got
and it's
cap,
starting to
they've got
like.
cap.
No, but to be fair,
what is
there's
this?
too much
Sorry,
football, and if it's
sorry, I'm to interrupt you, but what is this Club World Cup bullshit now? What the fuck is that?
Do you know how much money is in it though?
it's just
If you win the Champions
demand
League, bro, you go into
Real
that. You know what?
Newcastle of your tune. Real Newcastle of
as if
No,
they ain't
but-
got enough in it.
you know what I mean?
Okay, yes,
It's
you're
games.
right. You're right. There is money in it. From what I read, it's very lucrative, but at what cost? Because
Yeah.
soon the balance between quantity over quality will be far more towards quantity now. Because all these players are going to keep getting injured. Hamstring injuries.
Yeah, there's another-
Sorry. Lord Rodney said, you know, darts get better figures in England than all American sports.
That's not true.
Silly boys round as dickheads.
I mean, the NFL is the most valuable league in the world. It's not the Premier League. Yes.
What do you
Yeah,
mean
but
by
I'm
that?
telling
What does
you,
that
you know
mean?
what?
It is.
What does
It
that
just is.
mean? Could someone explain that? What does
It's
that
the
mean?
most.
But if we check the numbers though, Stefan, it's bonkers. Like we're comparing the Premier League.
No, but
which is in-
because
hold on. Let me finish. Which is
Yeah,
in
sorry.
England, which fits into New York, versus a national sport that is
I hear
across
you.
the whole of America. Like, of course, it's going to be the most valuable league.
Because when the World Cup comes on, the
World
levels
Cup
are
goes
shown
on.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
in
And
the
until they
ratings.
stop calling like someone who wins the National Football League the world champions, until they
Yeah.
stop doing that madness, I don't want to
I
hear
agree,
nothing about
guys.
American
I
sports
agree
coming
with
over here.
some of the stuff.
We're looking so ignorant right now, you know.
Yeah,
I'm ignorant. Fuck it.
No, but
This is England.
I do actually agree with what
No
Stefan's
more
saying
ideas.
around a players' union that can say, actually, no, we're not going to be doing this, or we are going to be doing that, etc. Like
I agree
No
with
one's
that.
Yeah,
trying.
but the Players
No
Union
one's
have no
trying.
power over here.
Reduce
They're
their
run
wages
by the
then.
FA. The Premier League run the Premier League, and the FA run the Players Union. So the FA don't have no power because the Premier League has all the money. So
Yes,
it's not
because
going to work over here.
because Mitch, because the
Wait.
difference, because the actual difference between the NFL, for example, and the Premier League and the FA is there's no connection between the contracts that are signed by the clubs in the Premier League and the players. The players have no say over those contracts, the revenue sharing, everything that's related to those TV deals. Whilst in the NFL, they agree, okay, we don't want to play an extra, we're going to make 50 more million if we play another 10 more games. The players union come back and say, okay, we get it, you want more revenue, so we will agree to play 5 more games. And so they find a middle ground that suits both the players and the league, and the
We
quality
get
of
it.
the competition is far better.
We do it. We do it. The undergrounds do it. Our post office they do it as well. To go on strike, but we don't want that,
Yes,
bro.
the football players should go on strike now because it's getting absolutely
Yeah, I was going to say
ridiculous.
the wages they're getting, then they're going to start introducing wage caps and all of that stuff.
Yeah, but you know what? Remember Rodri? Rodri got injured, and he was no because there's too many games and there's not.
Yeah, he was speaking out before he got injured as well. To be
Before he
fair,
got injured.
No, but can we say something on that? The bigger clubs, like most of our clubs that we support, barring Tottenham, you know,
I knew I liked this guy.
we've got large squads. So guess what? Rotate your team. Rotate your team. We've all got large, including I'm sorry, Ash. Just no, it doesn't matter. Rotate your team. We've all got large squads, yeah. So rotate your team because our teams are the richest.
but the
You know what? You know,
and win it.
you know what? I think that's the bridge. You know, I think from what Hanif and what Stefan was saying about America and Hanif about the squads, because they give us more games, but then they put stipulations on the squads, and I think that's what's good. You see, like NFL, they'll have like 54 players. They got a whole defensive lineup, a whole attacking lineup. I think slowly but surely, look, we used to have 3 subs, now we got 5. I think slowly but surely, these Americans coming in, it's going to transition our game a bit. I'm sure it is. That's where I see it kind of going.
But Jinx, it's not only this. Look at the resting periods that all these you guys laugh at the American sports. The NFL, the NBA have resting periods of minimum around 3 months before the players go to preseason. This has been agreed upon by the new NFL agreement with the players. They must have a rest period of 3 months.
No,
Yeah, but you know what? What if they do that over here, Steph, and school shootings go up? What if they do? Do you know?
Yeah. I do think though.
Jeez, bro, where are you going with this?
Is there another topic? Is there another?
one thing that I think football's making a big mistake on
Yeah.
is trying to make everything so competitive. Like from when, like I still don't understand how.
So now
This
you start
guy's sitting
playing.
in 14th talking about.
I was gonna say.
Where you was for a second.
I was gonna say.
I'm saying,
Now Man United
I
are
still
doing
don't
well.
know.
Competitive, bro.
I'm not even talking
Why
about.
did you say that when it was fucking 30 time, you cunt?
Oh man! No, but can anyone tell me how the Nations League works? Because I don't understand it. And does it have World Cup qualification? Like,
Yams, man, that might be the only trophy England ever win. Yeah, leave it
They're
alone,
in the
man.
championship of the Nations League. They're in the championship of the Nations League.
Huh?
England are in the championship of the. They're not even in the Premier. Like in the.
That's crazy.
They're in the second tier.
See,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
They played 42 games a season.
I just want to say some of the comments in the chat about the NFL and just American sports in general are the most ignorant and dumb fucking comments I've ever
But
read.
what they say?
Well, I'm ignorant and dumb. I agree with that shit.
I just some of the shit, like,
Basketball is netball, baseball is rounders.
Strike! You're out!
everything.
Rounders, diehards.
Yeah, some of the stuff is just shocking.
Stefan, at this point, Stefan, don't take anything seriously.
Stefan, don't read the comments. Honestly, Stefan, don't read the comments, man.
It's the main reason why the Prem is so successful commercially with TV lucrative deals and stuff like this is because they copied the NFL model.
And I heard it's scripted anyway.
Someone said Donald Trump's going to put tariffs on the Premier League.
Oh, man.
That was
Yeah.
that was a good one.
That was a
Young.
good
That was
one.
a good one.
That was good.
Oh, yeah.
That
Oh,
was
man.
great. That was a great one. That was a great one.
Yeah, man. I know you're right, and statistically, you're 100% correct, yeah. But over this side of the world, we don't give a fuck, man.
Don't care.
We return the ignorance they give us. They called it soccer, Steph. They called it soccer, bro.
Look,
The clue's in
They
the
only
name,
called it
innit?
soccer because they already
not
had a
about-
game called football, which they played with their hands.
Yeah, you can't kick the ball.
why don't you guys wait? Why don't we think a bit more pragmatic and take all the best things from the NFL and from the American sports, and don't take the bad things from this? Why can't we take, for example, some of the ideas that they have for me that have benefited the actual sport and made it
Because their culture is Stefan, their culture is different, right? Because at high school, right, it's very competitive, these sports in America. Whereas we don't really have that in England. We play football on the weekend here, and I'm sure you do in Bulgaria. So it's completely, the culture in America is different. It's really good. I'm not going to deny that. I agree with the Players Union. I think the Players Union would be good because I'll be honest with you, football nowadays, in my opinion, and Toon Tactics knows where I stand on this. I don't think the football of today is that good. Personally, but that's just my opinion. Maybe that's because they don't get enough rest and things like that. I agree with you. I agree with the marketing and stuff like that. But the culture there is you get to see high school football on TV, high school NFL on TV. You can go to these. My local high school doesn't have a stadium of 5,000 people. Man, you barely get a field. But in America, it's completely different, man. It's another level.
And to be
The
honest,
GDP.
man,
Sorry, go on.
to be honest, as a United fan, anything American that's touched my club has destroyed. I don't want nothing. I don't want to import nothing from.
Yams, can I say something to you? I said this to KG about Chelsea and Man United last year. I said, listen, lower your expectation. And I said that to KG last year. I'm on his YouTube channel saying, listen, lower your expectation. It's only going to get worse. And he laughed at me.
Listen, You know how they say, stop blaming the tools. It's your club. Your clubs are.
Yeah.
Liverpool, look at that.
You've
How
got
well they're doing.
It's true.
America all over. Yeah. So
Don't you dare go after American owners now, Hanif.
You know, you mean the same American owners that were about to put your match tickets up? Yeah, the ticket pricing up. You guys kicked off about some last season, season before. Yeah, those American owners. Yeah.
Then what happened?
How long you had
What they
American
do?
owners for,
What
Preach?
did they do? No, let's finish that bit. Then what did they do?
They
What
lowered
did they
the
do?
prices because they're the greatest owners ever.
They
'cause they're
didn't do
Liverpool
it. You know
owners.
what I'm saying? They didn't
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
because you guys are about to break in. That's why.
They listen to
Remember
us.
that
They
Hicks,
don't
bro?
listen to you. They don't care about
That's
you.
true.
That was a
Remember
good
That's true.
shout.
That's
Ash.
true. I agree with him. I agree with
Hanif
him
was a
there.
good
I agree
shout.
with him.
No,
It was a good shout, to be fair. I agree with him. I agree with him. I agree with him. I agree with him.
You're missing the whole point because they raised the actual ticket prices in Liverpool. They had to lower them back again.
It came with
No,
a tour,
wait.
European trophy tour.
Okay,
why-
wait. Let me answer Hanif's
Preach, what's wrong,
question
man?
about
Okay,
Liverpool.
Preach, I agree with you. Preach, you still
Hanif,
going? Go on,
you need
Preach, get it out. Come
you
on,
need to be in
Preach.
the WhatsApp group. This is 24/7.
Put me in, man. Put me in.
Yeah.
Preach, I'm
No,
listening.
Hanif.
Preach, I'm here for you. Sorry, Stefan, go on.
Hanif, you have to understand because they raised the actual prices
That
at the
jokes.
Liverpool ground. They had to lower them back again because
You
it was
couldn't
they were gonna riot and
You're right. Yeah.
stuff like this. But they still raised them. Preach. They
It's
still raised them. Huh? They still
Preach,
raised.
there you go. Preach, he said they raised up. Got right back at you, the sunshine.
The level that we are acceptable with.
All right, okay, fair enough
And
then.
they did their side of the deal and got us trophies as well. That was their part.
What?
Them Liverpool man are
Okay.
different as well. They'll turn up at the door.
Bruv,
and
you can't trust what we do when we're winning things. Like these are
That's true, man. That's
I can't
true.
hear
You've won the Corona League and
Trophies.
you've won stuff. I get it, man. I get it. Fair play. Fair play. Fair play.
It's a major
Fair
thing.
play, man. Fair play. I'm saying fair play to you.
No. I'm accepting the.
Fair play to you. You lost to a good Madrid team and then a very old Madrid team, and you just about beat Spurs. But fair play to you, man. Fair play.
They lost to the best team in Europe now, PSG.
You lost to us, bruv. You lost to
Yeah.
us. Like, you forget other people. You lost to us.
Yeah.
Even in the fight with our kids. Like, let's behave yourself, bruv. Like, let's not do this. Yeah, I don't like
Hanif.
like Chelsea more than
I'll be honest.
When he's got the military wear
I'll
on,
be honest.
Hanif.
I'll be honest. I could just about hear him.
Camo on, bro. All I can see is his head.
Preach, you win. Preach,
Hey, Preach, do
preach. You
this.
win the battle. You win the battle.
Preach, do
Preach.
this.
You win the battle. Preach.
MLB for life, man.
I said MOB.
I'm telling you this.
I may not get there with you.
Ash, I might need more. Ash, I might need more than the Spurs. Might need more than the Spurs. I might need Yums as well. But to be fair, we're all struggling at the moment.
But always remember this, Hanif. You might be shit currently, but you're not as shit as Spurs. At least that.
Wow, that's just mean, man.
That was uncalled for, man.
What do you mean it's mean?
That's uncalled
They're
for,
2
man.
points away
That's
from Wolves.
diabolical.
They're 2 points away.
They might win their first trophy in 10 years, man. Come on, man, stop it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
for real, they deserve it.
It's true.
To be fair, a lot of people said it was mean, but no one actually said he was lying. You didn't say he was
They
wrong.
might
You just
do,
said
you know.
it was lying.
Anything could happen in that European competition, man.
He's already on the floor, Mitch. Fucking hell.
Ash, are you
I'm good,
are you
man.
nervous
I ain't
about
breathing
tomorrow's
the same.
game?
Listen, I ain't breathing the same. I ain't feeling the same. I can't walk the same. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But listen, I'm still here, man. I'm still here. I'm still moving. Look, we're in the
Ash, are you Anjin, yeah?
man's out, bro. I'm not going to. No way. No way. No
Who the
way.
hell is that?
Didn't you hear Toon's monologue earlier about giving the manager time and you see what Arsenal are now doing in the Real Madrid? You've got to give this man time. He might turn it around.
So what?
Mitch, I completely agree with you. Next season, he'll get them relegated. Give him more time, Ash. Give him more time.
Would you have him? Would you have Ange? Would you take?
Who?
Would
Us?
you process with Ange? Yeah.
Nah, if he wants
Exactly,
to fill the water bottles,
exactly.
maybe. Not manager.
Who does Mitch come
Who's got
again?
something to say? Two doesn't agree, bro. Go on.
Newcastle.
Newcastle. Okay, yeah.
It's just he's got no tactical nous, has he? Because I remember when he played Chelsea and they were down to 9 men. I'm like, you idiot, you're still going gung ho. And Sky Sports were promoting it like, oh, look at this fantastic display by Spurs.
He's
I'm like, oh, you
genius.
crazy, man. That's the one time. That's the time I realized this guy's out of his. He's out. He's running out of kangaroos, man. This guy. I'm telling you.
Wait, did you say you?
So Hanif, from
Wait, hold on,
being from being anti-American, now you switched to
He's proper. He's
anti-Aussie now.
I'm not anti-Aussie. I'm just saying when you're down to 9 men, you don't go gung ho against friggin' an 11-man team, man. Let's be sensible about this.
Alright, so, wait, soon, did you
Got
say?
to take
It's
the
who we
neutral.
are, mate.
We are, mate.
It's who we are, mate.
What's that? What's that, preach?
Wait, did you say you'd have Anjac Newcastle?
No.
Who said that?
No one said that.
Why would I say that?
I said we'll take him if he'll do the water bottles, but not as manager.
I'm thinking,
No, but no.
I just see that Eze penalty. That was
Our manager's winning games from his hospital bed right now. Man
To be
United.
fair though, your assistant coach, he's on it still. Let's talk about it.
Ash is shining in his eye, bro.
The only guy.
She's like, is he available?
Just so cool.
No, Mike, guys.
Obviously, give everyone more time.
No, yeah, but guys, Mike Tyndall. I think the only guy that's the big
Mike Tyndall's a rugby player, bro.
Sorry, Jason. Sorry, Jason Tyndall. I think. Sorry. Jason Tyndall, I think the only guy that looks like a bigger douchebag than Jason Tyndall is John Terry. That's the only guy. When I look at Jason Tyndall,
my manager will knock out your manager, bro. How about that?
No. Jason Tyndall over whatever your set piece coach's name, man.
Okay, that's true. That's true. I'll give you one.
He's done well. Like he's obviously played since and obviously God willing, Howe returns soon. He had pneumonia, innit?
Yeah, shit.
So he might be away for the rest of the season. But Mr. Tyndall, 2 games in charge, 9 goals, one conceded.
You guys scored 9 goals in a week, innit?
No,
Yeah, 4.
Nah, you guys are bought well, man. You guys are bought well.
On the Red Devils.
No, he's done. No. Dude, he's done really well now.
Exorcism. Oh my God.
Forgot about that, no?
Wow.
You never come and punch me.
Oh, wow, I just see, you're our third. I just seen it.
Yeah.
And across Arsenal, 4 points. And
You know when it started to turn as well is when we all laughed at Toon for saying when Bruno Guimaraes gets a hold of him. What's that?
no Joe Linton.
Joe Linton gets a hold of him. Ever since he said that and everyone laughed, they've just been on this mad winning streak. Fucking hell. I can't wait till Ugarte gets hold of someone.
By the way, in that game, when you guys were losing 4-1, and why was Ugarte talking shit to Joe Linton? I was like looking at that, and he was like talking shit.
in the tunnel.
Sorry?
Yeah. Joe Linton turned around to him and went, "I'll see you in the tunnel."
And like,
You went real quiet.
Sometimes when you're
Told you he was a UFC fighter. Told you.
He slapped himself on and went straight to the changing room.
We might get Cunha, Mateus Cunha. Imagine Cunha.
Oh,
my
shit.
God.
Please don't.
At the start of training, this is Fight Club. First rule, you don't tell nobody about Fight Club.
Hey, no, guys. Cunha comes. First guy he's gonna punch, Jason Tyndall, because he'll piss him off. I guarantee it.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think Newcastle's run is quite hard. I'll be real.
Yeah, but they're on form. They've got a good team. I'm telling you, I think they'll get Champions League. I think they will get Champions League.
Yeah.
But I think there might be a few slips. I don't know.
I don't think right now anyone stops Newcastle. Anyone who plays Newcastle right now is getting turned over.
I think I think Forest and Chelsea will miss out.
Forest and City will slip up as well.
Yeah,
Everybody in the top 5 or 6 have got to play each other.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mad.
Right?
Don't say that, man.
And the
Don't say
harder
that,
games
man.
we've got, like we've got Chelsea, Villa. Chelsea's at St James's Park as well. Villa's away.
Chelsea game. When is it? When is the Chelsea game?
Third from the end of the season, about 2-3
That's not a
games.
tough match. Are we calling that a tough match?
No, but it's
Which
at
one?
St James's Park, so that should be a win, really.
Yeah, that's not a tough match.
What?
Wait,
Who?
wait,
Who?
so
Chelsea, that's
If,
like
if we keep it respectable, if you keep it 2 or less, it's all right.
You know what? You guys,
but don't Chelsea in general historically have a very bad record against Newcastle, especially away from home? Isn't that true, Hanif?
Maybe away from home, not in
man,
Stamford Bridge.
but now they're better than us, aren't they? So I'm a bit worried it might be like a 3 or a 4-1 or something like that. So because they're a fantastic team, and I said it in the last in Nigerian Englishman's team, and they built the team the right way, and I think if they didn't have the shackles that were put on them by I don't know if it was the Premier League or FFP, I don't know what they call that, but what they call that authority, I think Newcastle would have had maybe 2 or 3 more world-class players, and I think they'd be closer to the top of the league. But they're still doing it the right way. They've bought strong, powerful players, and I said this in Tool Tactic the other stream, and I said you look at a player like Dan Burn and Gordon. People wouldn't really identify them with going to a top club, but they are fantastic. There's a lot of good players out there in the Premier League that top teams can purchase that will improve their teams. Teams like Chelsea, Man United, definitely Spurs. And that's what you need, and that's what you need to do in it. That you need to go get some of these top talented players from established Premier League teams and add them to your team to make it better. If you don't, and you keep going abroad, you're gonna suffer now and again, and that's what Chelsea are suffering from. Yams is definitely suffering from it, and
that's completely true, and preferably players that don't gamble also.
Wow.
Even the ones that do gamble can become very good players. Don't worry about that.
He's talking about Ivan, don't worry.
How was Thomas Partey's case going?
It wasn't real, it was fake. That was his side girl. She got annoyed that he was getting married to his main. She was just kicking up dust. That's all it was.
I want to say thank you to my wife and my dog.
We're in good form. Like we really hurt like Palace today, and I know Palace lost to Man City the other day, but they were like on a 9-game like they've been playing. They're in really good form recently, and we scored 4 goals in the first half. Like it was
that Murphy goal.
Yeah,
man.
That guy's turned out to be a right player, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Murphy, he's turned out to be a little gem, hasn't he? And I think the repositioning of Joe Linton, I think that's phenomenal, man. That guy's
Eddie Howe,
unbelievable, man.
Alan Smith, he's not playing.
Yeah, Alan Smith. How do you remember that?
What was the shit center back the Argentinian guy that used to play for Newcastle?
Colaccini.
Colaccini, yeah.
He was dope.
He was a player, He was a player,
Dope is what
Oh my God, Stefan, stop it now.
As a person,
As a person,
he was a good guy. So he used to drive a smart car. Big up to any Premier League football player driving a smart car.
No, he looked like a nice guy, but as a player, I mean,
no, I'm not having that. Colaccini was decent.
Colaccini was decent.
He's a player, man.
At breaking legs? What was he good at?
We've had some horrible players over the years. I'm not allowing you to pick on Colaccini as well.
Okay, sorry.
I'm not having that.
Let me think of some crap.
You can have Titus Bramble. Go.
Yeah, Titus. Dwight Gale. Dwight Gale was terrible.
No. Dwight Gale was a player. Gale was a player, man.
Dwight Gale's a friend of mine as well. So if I don't defend him now,
didn't he get about 15 goals one season? I'm sure he scored a lot of goals one season.
He scored 20 something in the championship when we came back up.
Yeah, he's a good player, man.
Yeah,
come on
no
now.
credit, No credit.
No respect for Stefan. Behave.
He stopped Liverpool winning the league once and all sorts. He was a decent player.
No, he was a good player, but he wasn't a good Premier League player. That's my point. Like you're not gonna think, back in the day when Dwight Gale used to play.
Boom, son.
All right, Pascal Segan, calm down,
You
mate.
know what? Yeah,
We've
someone
had some
said his
shit
name
players.
earlier. Yeah, you know what? Because my viewpoint of him is being shit. Yeah, but he's an invincible, ain't he?
Who?
Segan. Yeah,
Pascal.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was, yeah.
which
but,
is
but
mad.
he was, but he was on the bench.
No, you see
90%
the Invincibles, the starting 11 only played together twice. You know, like a lot of those players that don't get quit actually played a good amount of games. Weirdly.
Sagan was terrible, but the
Oh,
worst.
whoever's plucked out Emmanuel Riviere from somewhere, that's
That's
is
crazy.
a
That's
rogue
hate.
shout.
The worst Arsenal player that I've ever watched was the Latvian guy. Do you remember him, Ching?
Who's that?
Igor Stepanovs. You remember him?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
No, but what
He
about
was
that
the worst
midfield?
player that I've ever seen in an Arsenal shirt.
What about that midfielder we signed with a broken back and he never played a game?
No, he was a good player. He was just injured. He was a really good player.
Hallstrom or something.
Yeah, he was a very good player. He was
The man
injured.
he fought Bane in the dungeon, signed for Arsenal, and never played no games. I was like, what? Why did we sign him?
Because it's Wenger, and I told you Wenger.
No, but we signed a homeless guy. So,
Oh yeah, Wenger.
so I doubt anyone's beating that.
Arsenal and Manu, like Manu also had some like shit. Like I remember signings, they thought they were
We've
like,
all had shit players, mate. We've all had shit players.
David Bellion, I remember for Manu was terrible. Like they had some Luke Chadwick.
Fuck.
Chadwick was shit.
No, but Fergie could get shit out of them. I don't know how he would ring them and get the last dying embers of. I don't know how. But hold on, Toon. Since you lot got money, tell me a bad transfer you've made. Because I honestly can't think of any.
I don't know. Was Jamal Lewis after we got taken over to? I don't think he was.
You gone, Yoms?
No, he was at the club before that.
Big up.
I mean,
Not really, not anyone really.
It's harsh, but you could say Sven Botman. He's been injured for 2 years, guys. He's been injured.
Not having it.
He's a
Watch him
player,
next
though.
season. Come
That
talk
guy's
to
a
me this time next
player,
season.
you know.
He will be one of the best centre backs in the league next season. Let's
He's
not go there.
a player. Him.
He played the full season. We got Champions League as well, by the way. Let's not do that.
But no, Mitch. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying because he's not available.
Yeah, but he's had one bad injury. It's not like he's had 4 or 5 different things. One bad injury.
Let's call it unlucky, not a bad
Has he
signing.
played the last 2 years, Mitch? Has he played the last 2 years?
Yeah, he played up to this. He was playing, and then he got injured middle of last.
I think it was December last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been January, February last year, and he's still recovering from that same injury.
Listen, when you've seen him play, it's not bad.
That's true, man. He's a good player. He's a good player.
He's brilliant. He is brilliant, Sven Botman.
Hey, can we talk about Salah? Obviously, like
Right, boys,
preach, man. Preach. All right, see you later, Mitch, man. Nice to meet you, man.
We got Mitch, man. Yeah, can we talk about Salah for a second? Because he's broken certain records for the Premier League. I don't know. Preach, you want to talk about it? Salah for a little bit?
What would you, as in?
Obviously, he's your legend, and he's broken another legend's record. I think it's Henry's, yeah.
Oh,
so like basically, the debate is really
he's better than Henry, obviously.
Henry or Salah, isn't it?
Drogba.
What I'd rather talk about. I think he found Klopp plays a better football suited to Salah than Klopp did. That's what I think.
If only Slot was manager of Real Madrid, they would have beaten Arsenal.
Maybe.
Stefan, what are you saying, bro?
No, I'm telling you, Hanif, the war is forever. It's forever.
Stefan, we're talking. Stefan, look.
Listen,
Hanif, you don't know Preach. You don't know the amount of propaganda this guy feeds every day to you about Liverpool. You have no idea.
To be fair, I've been picking on him throughout, and I've been conceding, so I kind of know how it feels. But
to tell you the truth, it's like you punching Superman. It's not. You're not really Superman. Like, I allow you to punch me first so that I can. You can't see me.
So you could counter. You're like Mayweather. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and then yo, is he? You get me? But I think Slot has brought out the best in him.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Like,
Do you think like he's got another 2 years at the top?
He has to. He signed a big boy.
yeah,
Did he? I thought it was same money.
He keeps it real. I love Toon
No.
when it comes to Liverpool. He keeps it real, unlike the others in the group.
So
that
what was it? I
their
didn't hear you though. What did you say, Toon? Sorry.
No, Ash asked you, is he? What did you ask about if he can he continue it? I said he has to because he's signed a 2-year contract.
Yeah, he's got no choice. But I mean, he's doing well, man.
The numbers he's putting up this season is phenomenal, in my opinion. Like he's getting double figures in both goals and assists. So I'm asking, like, can he reproduce those high numbers for another season? Wasn't it you that posted that he's going to miss his first 10 games or something like that?
He's going to possibly miss up to 10 games because of AFCON. But it depends how.
See, fucking AFCON, man. You see what I'm saying? Fuck that shit, bro.
Jinx, man, don't hate on AFCON, man. I like AFCON. See, by an African player, you got to play AFCON.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just in the wrong time of year.
Guys, I've noticed this hostility among.
I'm racist. Fuck it, Steph. I'm racist.
I don't get it, but I've noticed this hostility among the Caribbean, like the Jamaicans and they hate AFCON. I don't get it. They hate AFCON.
That's good observation.
They hate
That's
AFCON.
Good observation. That's very good observation.
That's a big question. Let's
in May, yeah, it's Caribbean versus Jamaica, innit? Caribbean versus Africa, innit?
Well,
here as well, so you're going to see a bit more of that rivalry.
Just you tell
Jamaica, Caribbean.
No, Chinks. You tell any, like, I've noticed in the group, you tell any Londoner, like Caribbean guy, oh, AFCON is on. Who are you supporting? Fuck AFCON. It's shit.
Yeah, fuck AFCON. That's why I'm tired of that shit, man. I'm tired of that shit. What did they do that the last one? Didn't they ended the game like 10 minutes early? What the fuck is this shit, man? What's that?
The buses were on strike, so they had to finish it early, didn't they?
Tell me 5 good black goalkeepers.
I just said
the
black.
Marseille keeper, the French keeper, Marseille one. I can't remember his name.
No.
Steve Mandanda from Marseille.
Yeah, Mandanda, yeah.
Mignon. What's the name from
Mallorca?
Yeah,
the Milan keeper. Steve.
Name 10. Name 10.
The 4. Yeah, I can name like maybe 3. Oh, Mendy from Chelsea. Mendy from Chelsea. 4.
Sanchez? No, Sanchez don't count.
Sanchez? Fuck me.
This one that plays for
Dida. What about Dida?
Not just naming all the black keepers.
That's what you're asking for.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Commentator.
It's David James. Do you not rate David James?
Calamity James.
Calamity James is crazy. I said for what? For a good night out.
Oh my God, David James. Whenever I used to notice, whenever he would do his hairstyle with cornrows, he was extra shit. He was terrible.
Are the goalkeepers better now, or are they better back then? Back in the day, like Peter Schmeichel.
David James now. I can't believe this guy was England number 1. Like he was horrendous.
At one point.
Yeah, David J is playing from the back right now. Pause.
Yeah.
The bar was low at the time. The bar was low.
And you know what? Yeah, as footballers, they're better now. But as out and out goalkeepers,
I'm asking.
No. Jinx, did you remember who was England's number 1 around the 2005-06? The guy should have been on the show, the Biggest Loser, Paul Robinson. He was like 20 kilograms overweight.
Standard to use. You can't use England as the standard.
That's
he
true.
done all right in the league, though, didn't he?
Preach is true. Yeah, Preach is saying right. Yeah.
He did, didn't it?
He played
He,
for
he,
Tottenham,
he was
innit?
okay,
Yeah.
but
Tottenham.
and I remember there was
Ash,
a
what do
period
you
Robinson
of
think?
played for
time
Leeds,
where
didn't he? He played for Leeds. Played for
Yeah.
Leeds, didn't
no
he?
Spurs. He was at Spurs, and then I
Go on,
No,
remember,
but
and the goal from
he
his.
started at Leeds, didn't he?
He started at Leeds, yeah.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he started.
Started at
But I
Leeds, man.
remember after him, there was an even worse goalkeeper. What was his? He would always used to play amazing against Arsenal. What was his fucking name?
What would
Rob
you
Green. Rob Green. Rob Green.
Why
Oh
not? Why
shit.
Remember Rob Green?
why
Yeah,
we
your
not
memory's
mention
good.
people like Oliver Kahn? You know what I'm saying? Keepers like Peter Schmeichel, David Seaman. You know what I'm saying? Are the keepers better now or back then?
What
Better.
100%
Shot
in my
stoppers.
opinion now. 100%.
I think they're better. I think in terms of shot stopping,
Back then.
back then, but I think in terms of athleticism and everything now, I think when you look at those reaction saves and stuff, I think they're probably better now. But there's a lot more emphasis on fitness now and so forth because obviously football's moved forward. But
The food was
I
better.
think
What Barthez back
I
then?
think yeah, I think when you look at when you compare some of the greats, and even when Peter Schmeichel came out and talked about Onana, and he was just like, he doesn't do things the way he should do them. I'm like, ooh, let's see what happens. Old school goalkeepers can tell whether these new goalkeepers are any good or not because obviously
Yeah, but Onana's
they
not
can
the
see things that
benchmark
the other
for that.
people can't see.
Schmeichel wouldn't say that about Alisson. He's not going to say that about, the good
Thibaut
coach.
Courtois. He's not going to say
Onana's
that
Who
about
was
Oblak.
dude? Who was your goalkeeper, man? He was quality. What was his name?
Shea Given.
This lot.
Yeah, that
Give
guy.
him.
Yeah,
Give him.
That guy could have, in my opinion, he could have gone to Arsenal or United when he was in his
Went to
prime.
Man
He was
City.
that good. Oh, did he go to
Scottish
Man
James
City?
Bond he was. Scottish James Bond, mate. I'm
He was
telling
No,
you.
he's
quality,
Irish.
man.
He's Irish.
He was
fuck it.
Irish.
That's crazy. See, you know I'm racist.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
crazy.
They're all the same.
Yeah, they're in now, yeah?
Who are you talking to? Ash and Big Preach. That you sitting
No,
there?
wow, that was mean. That was low. That was low.
Racism.
Now, sorry to jerk back. Pause. That fucking Eze penalty was embarrassing.
Embarrassed.
That was embarrassing. He sat down and waited for the keeper to make a decision, and the keeper faked him. You got faked by a goalkeeper at a penalty, dickhead. That was so embarrassing. And you're right. That FIFA, the man done bare baby steps. Fucking prick, man. Has he not been shit this season? Has Eze been shit this season?
He hasn't been very good.
He should have moved ages ago.
Yeah, he should have left, man.
Yeah, he's unperformed.
No, he will this year because he's gonna have 1 year left on his deal, so they're probably
He's
gonna
going to be
sell him.
28 then by the time he leaves. Or something. He has to leave.
Ooh.
He made the exact same mistake as Zaha, signing a big time contract, long term contract with Palace when he should have.
snaked him, man. Zaha should have led him. He said, no.
Yeah.
Listen, Zaha did leave in it, but he had an altercation with the Moise in it, so then he came back home.
Zaha, but Zaha, I'm gonna be honest. Zaha looks like a prick, anyways. Like it's not like
Wow!
I
Whoa!
understand that, though.
Hey,
Stay
the
in
man
there.
there,
Yes,
I
yes.
understand that. I understand that, though.
You call me. I'm racist. No,
No,
He just looks like a prick. He looks like
You know
like
what,
a guy that's
honest,
What do you mean?
there's a lot of rumors about his attitude anyway. So
Yeah, no, he looks
think
like
it's not even
someone
when you
that is difficult to manage. That will be high maintenance. You will have to like deal with his mood swings and shit. He looks like a diva. Let's be honest. Like every time I remember when he used to play for Palace, like people would start fouling him. You start moaning to the ref and throwing up.
Wasn't he the
fouled a
most
lot of
fouled
times,
player
though.
in the Premier League? Though he was one of the most fouled players. Wasn't
No, he
he?
was a
tired
great
of it
player.
after a time.
Go on.
So he's not moaning just for no reason. Like he's getting fouled. Like it's
Yeah,
like constantly.
yeah.
It's not like
I agree. I agree with you, but I'll give you another example of an amazing player that was fouled more than him, but didn't have the same attitude. Hazard. Hazard was by far the most fouled player. He got up. He was
the guy
tough.
didn't train. What are you talking about? He's consistently told, and Hanif will tell you from every Chelsea player that said the guy never trained and will just turn up at the game.
Yeah, but his
Neither did Zidane, though.
What do you
He
mean
was that
attitude?
good.
That's
That's why
like
they
the
named him
worst
Hazard.
attitude.
In terms of training, that was his surname, innit? He's a hazard in training, man. That guy would come, chill, come for a massage,
That's the
and then
worst
go,
example.
but
then go out to match day.
for someone as talented as Wilfred Zaha to only play for Crystal Palace for me, tells me
He
everything.
played for Man United.
No, but
No,
I
he
understand.
failed in Man United.
But look what fucked him up. His a decision he made. So I understand what Steph's saying, where his character or whatever hindered his career.
Yeah,
So there's one great example now on the market that's similar to him. Ryan Cherky is one of the most talented players in France. One of the most easily, when you watch him play, you think, what a player.
Yeah.
They can't sell him for 20 million. Can you imagine what a prick
they
this
can't
guy is?
sell him because they're in debt, and everybody knows that, and people are waiting for the price to lower.
So
They're 500 million
they
pounds
can't
in
pay.
debt.
So wait. So you're telling me a club won't want
Yes,
to pay 20 million
yes.
euros to sign
Not when you
Ryan
can get it for
Cherky?
10 million. Not when you can get it for 10 million.
I think the truth is,
Well,
he's got a buyout clause. Sorry, a sell-on clause.
Yeah.
So when I think some clubs are trying to renegotiate that, because obviously if he sells for big money in the future, then Leon get a big percentage of it, and I think it's 25 to 30%
Ooh.
sell-on.
It's extremely low based on his talent and his numbers in terms of his creative output and stuff like this. And nobody has even tried to sign him. And that tells you. And the reason is you read in the French papers, his attitude supposedly is terrible, and that's why nobody is. And Zaha, for me, because of this attitude, never played
But that's not
for
true for
and
Zaha.
should have played for a big club.
He did play for a
no,
big
but
club. It's not,
he just made a bad
he
decision when
made
he
a bad
came back to
decision.
Palace, in it, because he signed that big contract. Because around that time, I think Arsenal were interested, but they ended up signing Pepe instead of Zaha. And I think Emery at the time said, "I wanted Zaha, but
No,
the
but
board went in a different direction."
didn't he do a thing with Moyes' daughter, innit?
Yeah,
Apparently,
that's
Well,
the
we don't
decision.
No,
know that.
that's
We don't know that.
And then he messed
allegedly.
Allegedly,
that's
chicks behave himself.
supposedly supposedly that's
I
that's
don't. What did you
Zaha
see?
has said that's not true. But
I was
if
gonna
it
say,
is
what
true,
did you see him do on the pitch to make it so bad to go so quickly? Then
What's that?
I'm saying, what did we see when he played? Was he that bad that he got
no,
sent?
no, no. He reminds me a player
Steph
that's
just don't like him. He just don't like his face. That's all it was.
It's more. It's gross misconduct to get me. Like that's why he lost his contract through gross misconduct, not because he's.
no. I got a player that's very similar to him now that I think a lot of clubs will pass because of this attitude is Cunha. Cunha reminds me a lot of Zaha. He's a
He's
brilliant
coming from
player.
Newcastle.
Okay,
I
yes.
think
Okay.
like
Son, what do you know about Cunha? You can't just make this
He's just making
stuff
stuff
up just
up.
because
Like
he
he's just
looks a
throwing
certain
Watch him
way.
stuff,
every
like hoping
game.
it sticks.
no, but
No, you watch him every game, Cunha.
He's like,
Even
I wish Zaha was like Hazard. What, the guy that never trained? No, he had a great attitude. Like, yeah,
he did have
ask
a
me
great
on the
attitude.
guys about how he trained. He didn't
On match
train.
days, he had a good attitude too. On match
Yeah,
days, he did.
exactly. So did Zaha apparently. So that's that's why.
So there you go, innit?
Okay, too. So why do you think a player of the talents of Wilfred Zaha in his peak
So
years and his
Zaha,
best
okay.
career played for
So
Palace, never
Zaha,
moved to a
you have to
massive
remember
club?
Zaha went to Man United when he was what, 23, 24?
Okay,
Had a bad spell because where Palace was a big fish in a small pond. Went to Man United where he was a small fish in a very big pond. Obviously, rumors about bad decision making. It didn't work out. In fact, I think Ferguson talked about this. I think it was the last player that Ferguson bought, and he didn't fit in with the squad of what they wanted. And then he ended up going back to Palace, knowing home. Like Croydon is his home. Like his family here, everything. Should he have gone to a bigger club? Yes, but some people are just
remember
homebodies. Matt Letizia was the same way.
he was doing what when they had what's his name on the other side
Olise,
yeah, like it was doing well, innit? Like when they
yeah,
sold him, like the whole club, it kind of went down the levels.
yeah.
One thing, he's definitely not. I don't think he's a player that a club could rely on like that. I don't think that pressure is not good for him. Like being the main guy.
he was easily at his best. He was one of the best wingers in the Premier League, easily. But for me, what stopped him from moving to big clubs is big clubs, when they pay big money for a player, they make sure they do their checks. And I think what stopped him, Cunha, I believe Cunha can easily play for Liverpool, for Man City, or for Arsenal. But I know Arteta and the way he recruits and Man City with Pep, they will never sign a player like Cunha because of his attitude in terms of this year's, especially even his own coach, Victor Pereira, called him out in a press conference. In a press conference,
Maybe bigger characters and personalities can deal with him. You never know that.
maybe, but I just it's very easy. It's very hard to build a strong culture, and all it takes is one asshole to
I don't know why you think
completely
that's
destroy.
Cunha. Like, I don't know if like you just don't like certain personalities. Like, it's
Not
what makes it.
it's not that I don't like certain personalities, but there are certain traits where I look at where this guy, when things are tough and when the team is down, I know I can't rely on this
Cunha
guy.
plays for Wolves. He just dragged them out of relegation. You couldn't get any
What
lower
are you
than that.
what are you arguing that he's got a bad attitude?
Like,
Yeah.
he's saying that Cunha's not consistent. He's got a bad attitude. He's got more
He
goals than
does have-
anybody.
he
He's
does
got
have a
more
bad
goals than
attitude, though.
anybody in Arsenal's front line. He's
I
remember-
said he's not a great
you-
player. I said he can easily play for Arsenal and for Man City. I said he's just got a bad attitude. I don't like his attitude.
I will admit, you see, Stefan, the standards are high. You see, like anyone who does anything like that, you don't rate them proper though. Like I will.
No,
so
from
from anything he knows, like he said something. He don't like. You don't rate. You don't rate.
Arteta don't either.
Yeah, I was gonna say Arteta
Arteta don't like that shit.
likes good
no,
character.
no,
don't
it's
like
not.
that at
It's
all.
not that I rate. I love Cunha as a player. I just
But
said he's a
character
brilliant
and
player.
personality are two different things. If someone's
No, but Cunha's a cunt though, too. You can tell he's a cunt.
personality,
No, he said the other day I'm gonna bounce. He said it publicly. Like the other day I'm bouncing.
and
I'm
he
not gonna be here for
apologized
long.
afterwards.
Yeah,
like,
so you should. If you weren't a cunt, you wouldn't need to apologize because you wouldn't say that. He's a baller. Don't get me wrong, but I can understand what Steph's saying, especially at Arsenal. He wouldn't fit in because he'd cause a ruckus.
But don't you think he wouldn't, because it's Arsenal, like, and the opportunities in front of him, like.
No, he would
players
fit in
can
as
like-
a player. No.
Let's say
People are misinterpreting what I'm saying. I just said he's a brilliant player and he could easily play for any of the top four teams.
Yeah.
I just said that the top four teams, some of them like Man City and Arsenal, and I think Liverpool also have attitude and mentalities. And I think when you look at players like this that are petulant, like Cunha, that start to throw their arms up at their teammates when his teammate doesn't give him the perfect pass, that tells me that when times are difficult, this guy's gonna be a little shit.
He's selfish. He's selfish.
dragged
He's
Wolves
selfish.
from relegation. I don't understand this thing about him not being
Send
able
him to
deal with it.
United, man. Send him to United.
You know what? You know what? You're right.
Okay,
You're right. He would fit in there.
Yeah,
You're right.
That
We
No,
don't wanna ruin
Him
no
and
more.
Bruno will be good mates.
I want him at the tune, man. I want
Yeah,
him
no,
at the
no,
tune.
And
no,
that makes
okay,
sense. That makes sense.
So,
you reckon my man can like manage him a bit. Manage him.
Eddie Howe.
Yeah, Eddie Howe.
Yeah, he's got a good track
Fuck that.
record.
Jordan
Huh?
will grab him.
The thing is, I think it's not everything a manager has to deal with. Like, if you've got a good squad and you've got a demographic of veteran players and people that got leadership, that they will police themselves. Like, I'm sure Hanif will vouch for Chelsea when you had John Terry, when you had all them guys there. The coach didn't have to be in the room all the time. The problem, and I can see what Stefan's saying, but if it's the case with Arteta, there's only certain players of a certain character, it might be a reason why maybe you lack leadership in your own squad, and you have to work on that. Because if you can't, if you're just saying we just want players of a certain personality, Arteta's not going to have it. Then does he not trust the players in his own squad to be able to also manage that and to police that?
To tell me one asshole that looks like what Chink said, that looks like a cunt from Man City, from Arsenal, and from Liverpool. Tell me one player.
What do you mean?
Like, tell me one player that you think, okay, this guy might be a little bit difficult to manage.
Guendouzi.
Yeah.
Guendouzi is definitely one of them, but he had
Yeah,
to fuck off.
but what happened to Guendouzi at the first sign of any sort of discretion where he acted like a prick? The Brighton game where
Balotelli.
he was gone.
Very good, yeah. Balotelli.
Yeah, but it depends on how you define that. Like, no team is going to want a player that is going to cause unrest in the dressing room. No team doesn't. It has to be top 4 team. Like, you have to.
Stefan, if you look at say for example he goes to Newcastle, right? If you look at the the personnel that Newcastle have. They've got a few leaders and they've got a few nutters in their team as well. Gordon, when you look at him, when he was at Everton, you thought, bloody hell, this guy's a right personality, but he's a baller as well at the same time. But he went to Newcastle and Eddie Howe's like, yo, you're going to be my player and you're going to behave in this way. And then he's got Dan Burn keeping an eye. Then he'll look at Joe Linton and think, you know what, I'm not messing about with this man. This guy's going to eat me. So you know what, I'll behave. Whatever you say, we're going to work for the team and we're going to try to score some goals. We're going to get some wins and we're going to hopefully get some trophies along the way. And that's what you look at, because the captain comes up to you first and say, listen, I'm going to put my arm around you and you're going to do things the Newcastle way. That's what happens. I don't think you have that at Arsenal at the moment, because you all kiss Arteta cheek at the moment. But once you get a few more Gabriels here, Gabriel's is a maniac, mate. But you know what? He can tame himself and he can be tamed as well.
Yeah,
so to say that every club has one, and I bet you Preach and Ash can probably say they've got one or two in their teams as well.
Robertson,
I agree, but I think you guys there's a major difference between being bullish and being aggressive like Gabriel or like Bruno Guimaraes or Joe Linton than being petulant and a dick like Cunha or Guendouzi.
Stefan, these guys can handle him though. I'm telling you, when he goes up there, he sees the size of Joe Linton. He'll be able to say, listen, behave yourself.
Right.
Do this shit.
But can we... Okay, I get this.
He has to prove it first,
is, can we calm down about using Newcastle as a staple now? They finished fucking 6th or 7th last week.
No, we're not using them as a staple. I'm telling, it's the personality. No, Stefan, just stop for a second, right? It's the personalities that they've got around the squad. It's not about where they finish. They've just won something after 50, 60 years, and they're on the up, regardless of what you think. And I'm not a Newcastle fan, by the way. I'm not a Newcastle fan, but I respect that. If you speak to Preach, then I'm sure there'll be one or two at Liverpool where he's like, you know what, friggin' people rein him in. I'm sure there is. Preach.
Yeah. Robertson, Virgil, them, and they do it. They all do it.
Yeah, you'd hope
Robertson,
it works.
really? Robertson reins people in.
You hope it works, though.
Yeah, Robertson's wild. When you like.
Who does he rein in?
You just see him like that Fulham fam, the old goal. Like, he turned around like, what are you doing, bruv? I shouted for the ball and you got in my way. Like they do it, they call them out, bruv. Virgil.
The only player that I see do that where he reins people in, and I personally don't like that at all, but is Van Dijk. But Van Dijk has the credit in the bank to get away with that. Very few players.
He's the captain, so. Obviously.
Yeah, when you're 7'5", 300 pounds, you can do that, innit? And he's the captain. So he should be doing that. Dan Burn will do that. I'm telling you, you look at the players as well, the leadership qualities in every squad, right? You'll find a couple of nutters, but then you'll see these awesome leaders saying, "Listen, behave yourself."
Hanif, I completely support. I get what you're saying, but I just think Cunha is more Christian Romero than he is Joe Linton, which is he thinks he's better than Wolves, and he acts like
better
he
than
is.
Wolves.
Yeah, no.
Okay, but you don't need to act like this.
When he gets to a club that he feels like I should be here, most probably.
No, you shouldn't be there, Cunha. There's a reason why you went to fucking Wolves in the first place, because you failed.
Yes, Stefan, where is this coming from, mate?
No, but he's got a point though, because he hasn't been doing it over there for that long.
No, but Chinks, he's been doing well this season, right? And if he's available for 30-40 million, right? And a lot of clubs are looking at him. A lot of clubs are looking at him and thinking, you know what? He's turning the fortune round. He's turning the fortune rounds at Wolverhampton Wanderers. Toon's interested. I'll be honest with you. I'd take him at Chelsea, whether he fits that squad or not.
Sorry, Ryan.
But at the same time,
Apologies.
all the Latin players will come to the Premiership as a stepping stone, hoping that Real Madrid and Barcelona will call for them at some stage. So they do that as well as a stepping stone. Let me show my talents. Let everyone see that I am good.
Stefan, look at Luis Suarez, one of the biggest nutters in the Premier League. But you know what? In terms of talent, man, that's sick.
No, but you're right, Hanif, but Cunha has not done enough to be getting all of these warrants like he's gonna go and be that
Well,
good, like he gets
He
that
acts like
fly.
he's
Like, do you
he
know what I
acts
mean?
like
He's good. I'm not trying to discredit him, but he ain't got no long like consistency yet. So I'm kind of with Steph that I need to see a bit more from you to have this fucking attitude. Like, do you get what I
No,
mean?
it's not only that, Chinks. If you're signing him and you're seeing this guy think that he's bigger than the place, first of all, there's no player that's bigger than the club. He should be thankful to Wolves for giving him the opportunity to showcase his talents.
He has.
He was a big money flop at Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone kicked him out almost immediately, and he's now acting like he's bigger than
Yeah.
Wolves. He's a
Can I-
great player.
Think about hold on, Steph. Think about Trent has won everything at Liverpool, and even Trent thinks he's the dog's bollocks. Even he had the decency to keep his fucking mouth closed.
But FaZe,
So who the fuck does Cunha think he is to be
but FaZe,
talking?
let me kind of explain it the other way around, and I retract my earlier statement about me saying Cunha is bigger than Wolves. That's the wrong thing to say, especially from what I've experienced as a Newcastle fan. The other end of that is, for instance, when we were battling relegation consistently and getting relegated, but the days when we're battling relegation and the team is down at the dumps, like we've got no confidence. We had a few players, like, for instance, like people won't know, like Callum Wilson, he was the one that was always fighting the opposition, like just showing heart, because when everyone is down, they're not feeling themselves at all. They just think that we're whack, we're rubbish. The manager's telling them press conferences we're rubbish. At least you got the one player that's sticking it on the opposition. And sometimes when you're bad, because you guys don't know about this, all you know is about chasing titles, and you have to have titles in your name to be able to talk like this. When you're fighting relegation, when your team is getting whooped week in and week out, you need certain guys that are going to fight your corner. Now, when we as kind of casual observers of that team only see the highlights, oh, he's ripped off someone's glasses, oh, he's had a fight in the tunnel, what a petulant guy, look how undisciplined he is. When we don't kind of see what that club is going through on a day-to-day, and sometimes we're showing it's a player that's fighting their corner for their team, that's and we don't know what that player means to that team. Like, we just see that as, oh, the person's being petulant, the person isn't being a nice schoolboy. You try fight relegation, you try earn your stripes, and he's done that with goals and assists.
No, hold on 1 minute before you go,
this,
Steph, because I got the perfect. So that means, do you remember when Sam Allardyce was talking like he's better than Pep? He's allowed to do that, then, isn't it?
I said I called him. He's allowed to say it. I did.
All right, so Sam Allardyce is on Pep level.
No, I said it. He's allowed to say that. Like,
but how does that connect to what I've just said? I don't understand.
Because you're putting a lot of weight on fighting relegation to having like a top tier attitude.
No,
but I don't get it.
This conversation's gone wayward, man.
Let me reply to you. I have no problem with him being aggressive in the tunnel, showing aggression, being a bit dirty from time. I have no problem with that. What I have an issue with, and that tells me a more general aspect of his character, is that whenever his team is losing and they're not playing well, and maybe he's much better than his teammates, he's supposed to be the leader of the team. He's supposed to be the best player. He starts throwing up his hands, shouting at his teammates,
so
getting annoyed.
How would you want him to respond?
That tells me that Cunha, when the chips are down and the team is low, he's gonna choose himself and his own selfishness.
But how can I tell you that when literally this year, he's pulled him out of relegation? His goals, his assists, his performances have pulled him out of relegation. How does that tell you that?
Oh well, yes, and because he's a great player. But what it also tells me is that he thinks he's bigger than Wolves, and the fact that he acts.
How do you know what he thinks?
Because he says I'm on to bigger and better things.
Instagram. He posted on Insta like twice.
Right. What did he post? What did he post, Stefan?
What did he post?
He posted that something about that he wanted his dream, that he's gonna follow his dream and he won't follow somebody else's dream, which was a hint that I want to leave Wolves, and then he had to apologize.
I want to see the receipt. I'm not on Instagram, but can you guys confirm? Could someone confirm this?
Is he the first player to want out from a club?
No, he's not.
I see Berbatov. do the same.
You know, he posted a story saying, "Time to be happy. I will follow my dreams, not yours. So stay cool." Smiling.
That's a
Yeah,
bad
but that's
character,
cheeky.
but
man. I'm
what
hating
is
on my
that? What is
squad.
that referring to, though? What is that referring to?
You know, he could be talking about
That's
his
cheeky.
baby mums.
That might be his
Why
agent
did he
saying to him,
delete? Why
"Listen,
did he
post."
delete it then?
Yeah, no, but that might be his agent saying, "Listen, post something like this in it, so other clubs know what you're feeling. So then in the summertime, they know that you're available."
Remember,
All they all do it.
he
Nah,
signed a
Trent.
new
Trent didn't.
contract.
Trent didn't.
Exactly. I wasn't going to shoot. It's not me shooting shots, preach. I'm just saying
No, that's a good thing.
he signed a contract with a 62 million pound release clause
He
for
did.
Wolves,
He did.
right? And I'm sure there was a gentleman's agreement. Hey, I'm going to respect you guys. I want you guys to get some money, right? I don't have to
But he
sign
doesn't
this.
respect them. He doesn't respect them.
Let me finish the story, Stefan, because you're just talking about what you think he thinks, which you don't know. Nobody knows. I'm telling you what he's done. He signed a new contract with a release clause of 62 million pounds. He's taken the risk of clubs saying, "I ain't paying 62 million pounds. You can stay at Wolves." He took that risk. I know the other stats, which shows that his goals and assists have also brought Wolves out of relegation. So I don't understand where this kind of he's got this character. I wish he was like Hazard, who never trained. It comes from. It doesn't make sense.
Okay. Hazard.
So are you saying that Cunha has a good attitude?
Yeah,
I'm
that's what his.
saying you're lacking in your evidence to suggest that Cunha's got such a bad attitude that it's been detrimental to Wolves when it hasn't.
Watch
I
him.
never said it was detrimental. I never said it was detrimental to Wolves. I said that it's
No, but he has a bad attitude, though. Are we denying that?
In what
You
sense,
see him
though?
get
Like,
stroppy on the pitch. He overdoes it sometimes. He loses the ball. Wolves fans diss him at sometimes, and then you say something bad, and then he scores a goal to make up for it. That's the thing that saves him. The moment the goals dry up, he's just an annoying cunt.
How do you guys want him to react? Like, how do you expect like every player to react?
I
The
don't
same
want
way?
him.
We don't want the loud, brash disrespect. We're English. We're British. We have the
You're pulling my
government.
leg,
We
Faith.
have the
You are
English.
pulling
We
my
have the
leg.
government.
You
Fuck
are-
us sideways and keep it quiet and just take it quietly because we're British. We're very quiet people who are very. What's the word? We're very placid. We're not Americans. Like we as people. We don't. Why does Skelly get so much grief? And all of that, we don't like that sass. It's a British thing, and he has that sass. We all know. Sure, you saying he's a nice guy. Is this what we're really arguing? He's a nice, great
He
guy.
wants him to be a nice
He
guy. I
doesn't
think
do nothing
everyone
wrong.
wants him to
He's
be a nice
perfect.
guy.
He doesn't say disrespectful innuendo stuff. Is this what we're pretending?
It depends what you value in it. So some
But
people.
there's a major difference between being cocky like Lewis Skelly and maybe doing some celebration, throwing.
Cunha's done more than Lewis Skelly in the league.
Sorry,
Cunha's done more than Lewis Skelly in the league.
I agree.
Cunha. But
That's
do
not
you
even
ever see?
debatable.
But wait, the difference is, do you ever see Lewis Skelly throw up his arms at teammates, moan at
Give
his
him time.
assistant coaches?
Give him time. He's only 17, 18.
Do you know
No, I
what I was
guarantee.
He was mourning at the ref today.
No chance. No chance. I
He was
guarantee.
mourning at the
Ask
referee
Erling
today.
Haaland
No, that's
how
you
he feels
can
about
moan at the
Skelly.
ref. That's different.
Oh,
But I guarantee
now
you,
it's different.
if
Now
Lewis
it's
Skelly,
different.
if
Do you know
Lewis
what? I
Skelly
wonder
starts throwing up
if
his arm,
Cunha started mimicking opposition players' celebrations in front of their fans. I wonder if that would show him to have a bad attitude or not. Or would you say,
I
"Oh,
don't
that's
care about.
cool,
I
that's
don't
calm"?
care about celebrations.
I know
Have
you
I ever
don't because it
mentioned
suits your player.
celebrations?
But when it comes to another player, you got a whole different other argument.
What do you mean? Have you seen? I'm gonna ask you again. You're working in.
I just want to know it's not just me as well. Yeah, just let you know when these things happen.
Yeah, preach.
What's that?
Okay, we know, preach. We know. Yeah, we
Yeah,
know.
everyone shoots.
I can't believe it. Mateus Cunha has taken half an hour of our time.
No, because I can't believe we're ignoring such an obvious fact. There's a whole fucking page.
We're not ignoring it, Chinko. What we're saying is there's more to it. There's more to it, isn't there? There's
What is
reasons
there more
behind it,
to it?
and
Can we
because
stop with
sometimes
this? Can we stop with
because
this
sometimes okay, let's just say right, he's got a bad attitude, but then that might be the one thing where fans have to give him a little bit of stick. He fixes himself up and think, you know what,
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you, and this is what I'm gonna do, and then he does show you, and then he scores goals and gets assists. So you know what?
So we're actually in agreement then. He's got a bad attitude.
At times,
That's what we're kind of on the same page, then, isn't it? No.
But what
We're
Stefan
kind
is
of, but-
saying,
but-
his attitude is preventing him from going to the top. And I'm
not
saying,
preventing-
No,
not
to certain
preventing-
clubs maybe.
Not
What?
preventing him. I said some clubs will take the risk, but others, like Arsenal and
But
Man
you said
City.
the top 4 won't, and that's not true.
No, I said he could play for the top 4, but I think
But you won't take the
Arsenal and
risk
Man-
of his attitude.
Yeah,
I know we won't. I know we
Yeah,
won't.
100.
like-
Arsenal are not touching him.
We know.
100%.
That's why we always fight you when we play you.
True. And
You need some.
and we're second. And we're second. Like, you know,
Not for long.
No.
Huh? I know we are. We can do
Jinx, my brother, my
we can
brother,
do
no
that
offense,
joke
yeah.
will mean something in the future when we're not. But at the moment we are.
Jinx, no offense, yeah. Second don't mean nothing. There's only
Yes,
one
it
position
does.
that means something in the Premier League,
I'll
and
tell
that's
you
where
what, second
creative
from
teams are.
bottom.
Yeah,
is a
but losing
huge
to
load
Newcastle
different from
means
second
everything.
from top.
So
I'll tell you
second
that.
must
It
mean
means
something.
It certainly means something. I'll tell you that for free.
That's true. That's true. Where are Chelsea now?
Like we beat Real Madrid 5-1 on aggregate. That must mean something. Like, you know, our whole entire history of lineage doesn't go down to losing 3 games to Newcastle. Like if we're really going to do this.
I mean, we had a 4-0 scoreline against you in the League Cup, but I don't know. It's just. It is
And
what
you've
it is.
alright, cool, and we can all go back to certain points in time, and I've never been relegated.
And we've got a cup from it as well. So I don't know.
Mine is gold.
I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean? We could all be.
Stefan, I think
Home and
I
away
we're
and that.
top
Home and
5.
away and
I
that.
think we're top
Emirates
5.
turned into a
Stefan. I
library.
think Chelsea are top 5.
No,
Okay, you wanted to know where we were. We're top 5. We're going to be top 6 at the end of the season.
I just wanted to ask because Chelsea have become a.
What? From what? You're making Stefan. We've never met before, right? But if you'd have asked me at the beginning of the season, Toon has met me before. I said in my last stream, this is where I met Toon and Ash, right? I said Chelsea can finish top 6.
Well, they're not.
You can ask them. They
So-
are this
No,
season.
you know what?
at the
Sorry,
end of the season.
I see this too much on football. Yeah, guys whose teams are playing shit always seem to dodge the bullet of playing shit and talking about other teams that are playing good by saying that they said that their team's playing shit. That
But
just
I did know.
You're
No,
still
but
I
you
shit.
didn't
said
know.
that
I
in the
didn't
I
season.
don't
meet
mean
you
we
at that time.
can't slander you for being shit.
No,
Like,
no,
I'm
you
tired
said
of
The thing
hearing
is,
it.
but hold on, Chicks. But Chicks, the thing is this: they might qualify for Champions League. There's still a possibility, but because of the way the team is and the inexperience and the lack of leadership and experience within that team, I don't think they will. I really don't think they will. I don't think they will this season, and then it depends what happens next season.
Are you
But
Maresca out?
pardon?
Are you Maresca out?
It depends on where he finishes.
What,
If he finishes outside of the top 6,
If he finishes outside the top 6 and Chelsea can get a world class coach, then I'm Maresca out. Yes.
oh, so it depends if you can get a coach. If not, stick with
If he makes top 4, he deserves to stay.
Hanif, I've got the perfect plan for you.
Oh no!
Brace
No!
yourself,
It's all right, mate. It's all right.
Listen to this.
Stefan Cunha, you stay where you are, man. I'm all right.
Listen. You sign Cunha.
You saw that a mile away.
Wait. You sign Cunha. You increase the amount of assholes in your dressing room that are already.
Yeah.
You increase that.
Cunha
and
might
then-
wake it on the night.
and
out.
then-
I get Troy Deeney off Match of the Day as well.
wait, and then maybe
Joey Barton, Robert Savage.
No.
Craig Bellamy.
No. I've got the
Jinx,
perfect
don't forget
combination.
Joey Barton. Don't forget Joey Barton.
Assistant manager, and then Ange will be available on the market.
Oh, fuck off.
Top coach, hire Ange. Believe in Ange.
Wait for the Liverpool dig somewhere. Go.
You know, Toon, Ash, and Preach. You know these Arsenal fans, yeah, because they've never done anything in their history for the last 20 years since they won the league. Now they've beaten Real Madrid finally in a while, a big team finally. They think they've won the Champions League. Go and win it first before you start preaching to me.
That's very true.
Relax yourself. Listen. Go and do something first before you start speaking, Stefan, because anything can happen. Anything can happen in football.
Hanif, Chelsea right now,
Yeah.
are like that nice hot 40-year-old MILF that just got replaced by her husband, by her sugar
Nah,
daddy
man.
husband now.
You know what,
Cunha, you
Stefan?
don't worry, man. You don't worry,
If you're
Cunha.
not careful,
You
Stefan,
guys have nothing
your season
left
could
now.
end up with no Champions League and you finish third behind Newcastle.
Tremendous.
which is very true. You know what's funny? Yeah?
Stefan, until you don't win it, right? And we've
we
given
buy
you your
Mateus Cunha.
flowers.
We buy Mateus Cunha,
Yeah.
and he does a statement. He goes, "Yeah, I want to play for the
No,
second best team in the country."
Chinks, remember, if we don't win it, Toon and Hanif are gonna say it's because you didn't sign Cunha in January. That's why you didn't win it.
That's it.
And you know
That's
what?
it.
I almost was gonna. I thought Hanif he's gonna go there, and he said, "Yeah, because they don't win nothing." And I was waiting for that bracket because with Chelsea fans, there's always in a bracket to an achievement. It's like the last 20 years because that's all that fucking matters to them. That's all that
Higgs, that's all
conveniently
it-
fucking matters.
Higgs, that's all. Higgs, listen, I'm
You
the
know who John
Chelsea fan
Major is?
since that-
You know who John Major is?
Yes. Listen, I've been a Chelsea fan since
Oh, don't
1996.
give me that. Nah,
So-
don't give me
so
that.
I'm,
last 20
I'm-
years only. That's it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
last 20 years only. Yeah, but
wait. Since when?
so back to reset settings did it for us. So I'm happy where I am.
Hanif, since when have you been a Chelsea fan? Because from what I remember, I think the first non-white Chelsea fan started in like 2002 or
It's
2003.
late.
No?
It's late.
Ooh,
It's usually
It's
Cass. It's
late.
usually
That's
Cass
lame,
that gets
bro.
a bit racial. It's usually Cass.
It's late.
Listen, Cunha, you better calm down sometimes.
Yeah, that's
I'm telling you right now, whoever you guys are playing against every week, I'm I'm for them. I hope PSG knock the block out of you. I'm telling you right now.
Have you got Wolves in the Premier League?
already, mate.
Welcome.
Are they playing Wolves? In your remaining fixtures, have you got Wolves?
No, we already played them twice. We
Did Cunha
beat them
score?
both times with Cunha.
Okay.
Sorry, Toon. But
allow
next
you.
season, hopefully Cunha plays for Newcastle, so you can.
That
tell
might
us
be
you should've
famous
signed
last
Cunha.
words. That
You
might be
should've
famous
signed
last
Cunha.
words.
True.
Yeah.
Stefan, you're a bad scout, honestly.
What did he say?
Stefan, who do you want for the striker for your team?
Gyökeres from Sporting.
He's not coming. Anybody else? Who else? Why won't you say Osimhen? What's wrong with Osimhen?
Because I don't rate him as
He doesn't
high
like his
as
attitude.
the others.
Go on, say the attitude.
Yeah, it's attitude, isn't it?
And wait for it, Hanif, because it reminds me of Cunha.
Yeah.
There you go.
So Sesko and what did you say? Sesko and who?
Sesko.
Gyökeres, isn't it?
Yeah, Gyökeres.
I want to know.
Why not Isaac?
Because Isaac I severely doubt they're going to let him go with Champions League football, and they want far too much money for a injury-prone player. He's an amazing player, but
Injury prone. Is he injured? A Toon? Is he prone?
Okay, Toon. Be in denial.
Show us his injury record. How many times have been
Well,
injured this year?
Yeah, let's just because he scored a good number of goals this season. Come on, Stefan.
All right.
This is your Cunha moment. Come on.
Okay, so injuries. Do you guys want to see? It's like a fucking spreadsheet.
Yeah, he had a 5 season.
Okay. Just guys, let me
Major
answer.
injuries. Go on.
Let me have my Cunha moment, please.
Go on.
So 20. Okay, so when did he join Newcastle?
No, this season, man. Friggy there. This guy's going way back. No, this season.
2023 he joined.
So 2022, 2023, he had a thigh issue. He missed 107 days, which is over 3 months. 23, 24, he had 2 groin injuries, of which he missed 2 months. And 24, 25, he had a broken toe, which he missed over a month. He's had a hamstring injury, which he's missed 4 days. And he's had a groin injury, which he's missed 5 days. So around a month and a half this season, 2 months last season, and 3 months this season.
So it's not a lot. How many games, Stefan? How many games?
Wait,
4 games? 5 games?
What
10
do you mean?
games.
How many games? He missed
How many
107 days.
and back-to-back seasons of 20 plus goals
I said he's an
and
amazing
assists?
player, but I would not pay 150 million for a
So
guy with this injury history.
Havertz, and most of your strikers all together still haven't got more goals than him.
Again, it's like Chinks. They don't listen to me.
I don't even care. Like, I don't even want that. Fine, don't take it.
That's
I
fine,
don't want
Stefan.
this
So
back.
what's that Gyökeres? What's his name, man? Gyökeres. I can't pronounce his name, man. How do you say it?
Yeah,
Gyökeres.
Gyökeres. Yeah, Gyökeres. Yeah,
How many goals? How many goals has he got?
So in 92 appearances for Sporting, he has 86 goals.
Is it?
Okay, so
That's Portugal, isn't
and so So what about the Champions League?
In the Champions League, I think he has 7. Let me
Eight.
just
He's got 8.
before I bullshit. Of course,
I think he's
I'm
got
not
8.
Jay. I
want his injury record as well. We might as well go through the injury record as well, isn't it?
Okay, so
Go on.
so stats wise, this season Gyökeres has in the Champions League from 8 matches he has 6 goals and 1 assist.
Oh,
And in the Portuguese league from 28 matches he has 31 goals and 6 assists. Absolutely ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, championship.
So
hey.
so so realistically, so he'll cost you about, I'd say
60
70
million.
to 80 million.
Yeah. Whilst
70 million.
Isaac Hanif will cost us 150. And
He
Gyökeres
won't cost you 150. He'll cost you 100.
Nah, man, Newcastle don't need the money, Hanif, man.
150.
They don't need the money, bro. And he's got
Dude.
a long on his contract as well.
I think.
Hanif,
All right. Okay.
we don't have this.
I'd take him, though. I'm not shitting on him. I'd love to.
How much for Saka? How much for Saka?
Are you nuts? Are you really? Do you really
Let me
think
Google. I don't know.
they're gonna let Isaac go for 100 million?
No, I'm just saying. Okay, so if he was available for 100 million and you got Gyökeres for 70 million, which one are you taking? Chink?
Isaac, of course, I would
I'd
take.
take Isaac, man.
Yeah.
All right, but
I think the
Stefan, you were
Premier
just
League-
shitting on him.
Do it in the Premier League.
How was I
He's
shitting on
injury
him?
prone.
I said, how
Oh
was
my
I
God!
shitting on him?
Everybody's watching you. Everybody's here. You know the panel's right here. Boys, you were just shitting on him.
You said he's
I was-
injury
I
prone.
said-
But I understand he is shitting on him a bit.
I'm not shitting on him at all. I said he was an amazing player, but I wouldn't play 150 million for a guy with this.
No, 100. No, that's not what I said, Stefan. You're being Cunha now. Stop it. I said 100 million.
No, but even if the asking price and you knew guaranteed you're gonna win the league, would you accept it?
Of
You
course.
don't know this. You don't know this.
I'm asking you, would you accept it? Know it like
I said if it's at 100 million, I would. If it's at 150, where they've said that that's the realistic price, no, I'm not gonna.
No, but I'm asking you, yeah, 150, knowing you win the league next season, would you accept it?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Okay, yes.
The answer is
okay.
yes.
No, I want to know. Are you saying yes, Stefan?
I just don't think you can have a guarantee for a signing that wins you the league.
I know that.
Hypothetical.
It's hypothetical. I'm just
For
saying.
if it wins us the league, if it guarantees us to win us the league, yes, then I'll pay 150 million. Yes.
Okay.
Now,
But the thing is this, right? So you've got.
I just want to know.
So
one question. I want to know one.
sorry,
question.
go on.
Before you go there, I just want to know Champions League, because obviously they beat Real Madrid. Do you not believe that you lot can win Champions League this season?
Let me answer before I go to bed because I'm sleepy. The
Do you need your milk and cookies as well?
the only team in the Champions League that I'm afraid of is Inter. All the other teams I think we can beat. The only team I'm afraid of is Inter. Inter for me they were my favorites in the preseason predictions. If you guys remember, to be Champions League winners, I think they're super seasoned, experienced. They play with a very difficult style and a perfect one to win the Champions League. So yeah, I think it's gonna be Arsenal Inter in the final, and I think Inter are gonna beat us sadly.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
What about Barcelona?
I've watched them a number of times. Barca, I think they're an amazing team going forward, but defensively, I think they're too open, and I think Inter are gonna beat them in the semis. I just think Inter are far more seasoned than Barca. That's just my opinion.
What you saying, Spurs?
I watched him against Dortmund, and Dortmund should have scored 4 or 5, like easily should if it wasn't for Chesney. So
Big up Kaz.
He's saying
Yes, big up.
Big up. Yeah. So what are you saying then, Face? You reckon you could win Champions League?
Nah, man, we never done it before. I'm not gonna start fooling myself. Nah, I don't.
Does that put him on level with? Because Wenger never done it. He never won Champions League.
Yeah, but he got robbed by the refs, man. Barca paid the refs, so we had no chance, man. He should have won it, but we got robbed.
If he was to win it, would that put him on like not a level, but would that put him close to Wenger in your eyes?
This is the stuff that they say that why they hate Arsenal fans. I don't, and this sounds just stupid because I've never won it, but I put a league win above a Champions League win. Me personally,
I agree with that. Yeah,
I think it's harder to win a league than a Champions League. Don't get me wrong, I'd love a Champions League because that's the stick I get beat with all the time. Pause, but I respect the Premier League. 38 games, the people you have to play, what you have to put up with, people who really got shit on the line. Like, you don't know what it's like playing with men that are getting paid 40 grand a week, and if they get sacked, it goes down to 4. Like, you don't know that stress. I'm telling you, them men are not having it. I put weight on the Premier League more than the Champions League, so no, man.
I agree.
Arteta is already my second favourite manager of my lifetime, if that's worth anything. I only remember.
Emery.
Yeah. I put him before Emery, man. A good evening. I hated that, man. We don't know how the capacity. I hate that shit, man. I hate that.
Champions League above the Premiership, all leagues.
I think.
Let me land. It's the it don't matter what league. Like, if you want to play for your home team, you still think of Champions League. It could be Portuguese and you want to play for your boyhood team. You still think I would love to play my team in the Champions League. Like, you get me? You could be English. I love the Prem. I want to do something in the Champions League. So I think all players want to win the Champions League as well. And it's the opportunity. It's the best of the best. So I think Champions League's more.
I just think it depends on the context of the team. Arsenal, I think, right now should value the Champions League more than a league title because they've never won one. So for me, I think if Arsenal win a Champions League, it will feel better than if we had won the league this year.
I feel like you answered the question because you made it personal. Like, Arsenal need to win it. We were asking what Arsenal want. We want to know if the Premiership. So because you said that, I know you know that the Champions.
What do Arsenal want? Let's be real. Anything to get their hands on because they're fucking scrubs, isn't it? They ain't won shit.
There goes the YouTube football. Yeah.
That's the realness. They'll take anything they can get their hands on. They ain't won nothing in years.
I mean, okay.
That's what Arsenal would want. They would want either or. If it's available to win, they're gonna take it. Of course, it's not like
it's your fault, Steph. You made it personal to Arsenal.
Yeah,
no, but I think that's what Arsenal would want. I don't think they'd care if they had an option. I don't care. Whatever's easier at the moment.
I mean, if you ask Arsenal fans, would they be happy with just the League Cup win this year? I doubt a lot of Arsenal fans would be happy with that.
So hold on then. So does that mean that if Arteta wins the Champions League, hypothetically speaking, he's a better manager than Wenger then?
Hey, that's mad. I just heard that backstage as well, on another channel.
No, come on, Chinks. That's
what they're saying, though.
That's what I was asking.
No, he's not.
That's bullshit. Like,
3 Premier Leagues can't account to 1 champ. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he you know what it is? You got to respect managers that bridge the gap into like like when Man United were dominating, and then there was like your Blackburns around and flipping Newcastle trying to it's cute and everything, but allow it.
I'd love it.
But to bridge the gap, the power gap, Wenger did that, man. He changed football as well.
No, but no, not only that. Like, Wenger won He won 7 FA Cups, 3 Premier Leagues.
Yeah, man.
They won Champions League, although because it's
invincible.
It's the first Champions League. Yes, it's an amazing achievement. I would say us winning the Champions League, Arteta, as an achievement, is in the same league as the Invincibles, in my opinion, because it's the first of its kind for Arsenal.
A lot of people win the Champions League every year.
Yeah, but again, this is down to the context of Arsenal. I think winning a European title, the first Champions League for Arsenal, is a monumental
and it's a new format as well.
Yeah, and that also, but just the Champions League itself, because this is the stick that all Arsenal fans get beat with, that we don't win it, that we don't have European trophies, and I think that's massive.
I
And
think though, if you don't win the Champions League,
So, but why Chelsea?
hold on, Preach. I think if you don't win the Champions League, I still think they would beat you over the head because you haven't won the Premier League.
Facts.
Get it?
Facts.
And that's the first time when obviously City have fallen off, and that was the excuse that no one can win it because Pep's.
no, I severely, I honestly, even though the media hates Arsenal, I even think that if we win the Champions League, they'll be like, the project is finally.
No, they're gonna say it's only one. They've only done it once.
Yeah,
That's
they've
gonna be
only
the
done
next
it.
narrative.
They've only done it
I
once.
can see it already.
Yeah,
Or
That's because the media prefer Spurs, don't they? The media love
Liverpool
Spurs.
win the league. That's what the news
The
get.
media. No,
Hmm?
The new man.
no, Chinks, you're forgetting the second narrative, which is going to be disgusting. The second narrative is going to be the second team in the Premier League won the Champions League. That just shows how strong the Premier League
Yeah,
has been this
for
season.
real.
That's your narrative. When you
Let's give credit to Liverpool.
came fifth and they still let them in. It's the same thing. You're just rebuttaling yourself, man.
I'm not rebuttaling. I know the media.
You're
They love
prepared.
to
You're not.
Liverpool's
You
ass
weren't
for
guessing.
many years.
You weren't guessing. You're prepared for all of that because you know
Yeah,
already.
I'm prepared for it because I know the bullshit.
You
Because
said it first. You said it first. Liverpool came fifth, and then they made them and still put them in the Champions League. You've already done it. So stop trying to make a narrative that we're.
What is that? What's man trying to say? But did Liverpool win the Champions League though? What
No,
did you never? Did you finish fifth and win the Champions League?
He's that's what I'm saying. So he's
But that's
saying right.
what that don't like when you shift your attention and focus, put all your eggs in one basket. It happens though. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Chinks, it happened in such a way that the Champions League had to change their rules so they can put Liverpool into next year's Champions League, because Liverpool didn't qualify from the league. From
We
that,
did qualify. We were the
that was the
champions.
funny part of it.
We did qualify. We was the champions.
Yes,
Champions
they had to
qualified.
change that. The rule wasn't like that before.
Yeah, for the champions.
No, the rule was not. The champions do
Fam, if
not
we
get an
didn't win the
automatic
Champions
spot.
League, it wouldn't have been a problem.
No, the Champions did not get an automatic spot because the Champions League, the UEFA was so used to the Champions League winners having been qualified in the Champions League within their own league. But Liverpool is always were just one of a kind. Yeah,
The champions. There's only one champion.
that's true. That's true. That's what I mean. So for me, I think the Champions League is by far the. If we win the Champions League,
It's a grander tournament.
It's just something they can't say anymore, isn't it? It's more selfishness.
But
It makes your life easier as a fan.
But the only person you'll be able to like battle with is like Spurs and Newcastle in that, though.
See, and think about it, Ash. This is if
Look on this line right here.
but this is if we win it. So if it was really that important, we'd gain a bit of respect, but we kind of won't.
No, like it's gonna.
No, you will gain respect. You will gain respect, though. You will gain respect.
You'll get the respect for winning.
You'll chicks. Honestly, you'll get the respect because if you look at. Sorry, go on, preach.
I was gonna say you phase will get it, but you're not. You're not out here begging for undeserved praise. Like, every little thing you are praised for, like that's what it is. Self-praise.
I hear you.
Did you get to talk about Newcastle and them slapping up potentially the best away team in the league?
Yeah.
After Liverpool.
Still, we can circle back round.
They weren't interested. They weren't interested in that.
That's crazy. Absolutely.
How is it crazy when they just lost 5-2 to Man City?
Don't matter. They didn't have Gay in. They didn't have Gay. Who didn't have that? They didn't have Gay in and K. They had lack of option. I thought they would be much better because I feel like I don't know, man. It's still 5-0, man.
No, that's true. But
They're coming for you. How about this? If you're not careful, they're coming for your spot.
That's true. If we could continue with our league form currently,
you're fine though. You're fine.
You know
What about your spot? What about your spot tomorrow?
Thanks, Hadith. I was about
What
to say,
about
who the
your
fuck
spot
he talking
tomorrow,
to?
man?
I was gonna say, who the fuck's he talking to? But I remember that he knows what he's talking about. It's happened to him.
What? So Steph, you're not going through the wobble, no? The April wobble.
Just
He was gonna say something racist then.
Steph, if it helps you, when I want to say something mad, I just write it down.
I was like, it's late.
What can anyone tell you if you write it down?
That's not my handwriting.
Your left hand.
I understand it.
I just want to know, Preach, were you in the British military?
Because Jamaica doesn't have one.
My stage, man. I need to earn my stage.
And
Preach, change your name to SAS, man.
That's too much.
Yeah. Fuck it up.
KRS-One.
You know what though? Can I ask you like a genuine question? Maybe not you lot here because you lot are quite balanced here. But why do people hate us so much?
Who?
because they want to be us.
We're shit.
I want to be you.
Like we're kind of shit when you think about it.
When you just said the words,
Arsenal fan TV fan.
you know what it is, yeah.
It's that, innit?
No, it's not just
Yeah,
that.
and Stefan.
It's because you lot are just like you know what it comes down to, like the fact that you're shit and you ain't won nothing, but yet you still pipe up the most. It makes no sense. That's according to. But that always.
You're a Man United fan currently, man.
Right.
Calm down with weird shit.
This is what I'm. By the way, this is exactly my point. You always have something to say. Not you, by the way. I'm saying you as a whole in it, like as in a fan base. Always got something to say when you ain't won nothing. Yeah, you don't win trophies and that, and it's weird. But
We
at the same
do.
time,
We have won trophies.
oh, brother.
Stefan,
Anyways,
let him finish. Stefan, let him finish.
anyways,
mate.
I think it's more who have you been around the most? Because I'm guaranteed if you go to Liverpool, they're not going to say the most annoying fans are Arsenal fans. They're going to say Everton fans, isn't it? And all this kind of stuff. It always depends on your friendship group, innit?
Nah,
but online, like these
Liverpool
pundits.
fans 100% will say Man United fans piss them off.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yeah, they will.
Everyone's got, but you just said it yourself. Why does everyone?
No, you're
Why
right
does
about
everyone-
people around you.
Why does everyone? So you said, why does everyone always end up picking up on Arsenal?
Because Arsenal.
It's like me. No, but it's like me. Yeah, imagine you being racist. Everyone's calling you racist, bro. Who am I gonna believe? Everyone is calling you racist.
Yes,
or you that's
because Arsenal is like that guy now. Arsenal is like that guy in high school who 3-4 years ago was a bit of a loser, a bit of a nerd.
He's still not a loser.
Nobody took him seriously. Everybody bantered him. And then that guy became maybe successful, went to the gym, got a hot girlfriend, and then came to the reunion, and people were like, "What the fuck?"
But that's not the case. Though. That's not the case because it's been like this before. It's been like this. Obviously, Stefan, I don't know for you, but I know, yeah. Back in like even school times, I'm talking secondary school, yeah. I'm talking about even after that. It's always been the same case, not just because it's now. It's been that way for years.
No, but you know what's mad though? You're warranted though because you support Man U. So everything you says kind of hits a bit because you're saying like, yeah, you talk a lot, but you don't win nothing, and you can say that and dismiss what we've won because you've won a lot. But then when it starts trickling down to Man who ain't won more than us, I'm like, what is this like?
I blame that guy on AFTV, man. That tie in it because he always goes on about one thing, and that is your invincibles, man. You weren't invincible though, were you? You drew some games. You didn't beat everyone.
Can I say something?
That's the only one thing which annoys me. But apart from that, I don't see it like that at all.
But wait,
if you win something, you win something.
But
you're a bigger. I would say.
How is it our fault? How is it me and Chinks' fault?
I never said it's your fault.
We have AFTV that represents.
But it's not your fault. It's not your fault. No, bro, trust me.
It isn't your fault. I'm just saying. Right? This is what Arsenal fans say to us. You know when Arsenal fans are like bantering me, right, and saying, oh, you don't have invincibles. I'm just like, yeah, and I've got freaking 2 Champions League trophies, but you don't see me freaking with a T-shirt on saying I'm invincible with 2 Champions League trophies and all that shit.
No, but you see, this is like we keep missing the point I'm making though, because Cass and Liverpool, I mean, like they're the 2 teams who have won more trophies than us. So when they chat shit to us, I kind of hold my corner. But then when Arsenal fans chat shit to the rest of you man want to chat shit back. Like you don't know your place.
You know is that
like, you know what I mean though? Like when Cass talks, I'll be quiet. When Rich talk, I'll be quiet.
Chelsea fans, no. You know what it is? There's a common denominator. I think we're getting to the point. In no God's given right in football, Spurs can't chat to no one, bro. That's the issue. That's the issue. They think
that's what I was trying. That's what I was getting at.
You know that little beg, yeah? You got your friendship group at school, but there's always that little beg, yeah, that's trying to like, you know what I mean? Like he's trying to be someone that he's not, or you're trying to jump into a conversation. How are you in a conversation? And I'll tell you why. Because it's certain man with training codes on top of their head. That's the only reason, yeah? I swear down. That's the only reason.
Let me have my say. I reckon it's down to the size of the fan base. Where you live.
Newcastle have a bigger fan base than you, bro.
No. I know 1 or 2 Newcastle fans. I know what it is. Yeah, I'm saying outside of YouTube. I know a couple of Newcastle fans, innit? But the amount of Arsenal fans I know is crazy. And the amount of
Arsenal owns London. London is Arsenal dominant. Like
it's quite Chelsea, to be fair.
Here we go.
I would say worldwide, right? From what I've seen and experienced, I would say as a Chelsea fan, I would say worldwide, I think there's more Arsenal fans than there are Chelsea fans. That's just me. But so and in my opinion, obviously you can't. I don't know how you'd measure that.
This is what's crazy.
I think in terms of our recent success or the last success in the last 20 years, we're trying to bridge that gap, obviously, and now Arsenal are on the way up.
You're calling yourself you're a glory hunter, then, isn't it?
I'm a glory. Okay.
See, you can't just call it to Man United fans. Well, I'll own it, bro. But like, he's a glory hunter. Clearly, this guy's from probably like up north in Bradford or something. Yeah. Like,
you know what's worrying, mate? You know what's worrying? Just because I'm Asian, mate, and you think we're all from Bradford, you're wrong. You're a bit of a loon. You are a bit of a loon. So you take stuff like that. Just because I'm northern.
I didn't even know you was Asian.
Just because I'm northern, mate.
I thought you was Egyptian.
Yeah, I'm Egyptian. Yeah, I am Egyptian. Well done, mate. Ultimately,
are you actually Egyptian?
No, I'm not. You loon.
He doesn't like that you got called a glory hunter. He's a glory hunter. The guy looks 40 years old.
Okay.
He's a glory hunter.
Okay, I'm a glory hunter. Thank you for that.
Hanif, he's from London and he's a Man United.
Yeah, but I own it.
I know.
I own it. I own it, though, innit?
I know you do own it. Yeah, I know you own it, mate. But because most of Man United
from Bulgaria.
You're from Bulgaria, bro.
Yeah, but wait.
I'm joking, Stefan.
No. It's fine. In my defense, I'm from Sofia, and I'm a CSK Sofia fan.
Big up,
I'm not from the.
He lived in London for 5 years as well, so.
Yeah, and I've lived in London.
I'm not knocking it. You don't need to prove yourself, man. You don't need to prove. You don't need to prove nothing. There's nothing wrong with it, man. I just say it. You know what it is? I was listening to this in the background. It was like it's been too nice recently, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, it has been spice in there. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
You're welcome.
Where's the king of turncoats?
We got Chelsea though. I like Chelsea.
Where's Ian?
He don't watch football no more. He's a lacrosse fan. He got a Eurosport subscription. He's watching X Games and all that shit. He don't like football no more.
Formula One.
SmackDown on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
I can't lie. It's cold. I watch it sometimes. The style hits different.
I just want to ask Cassico because I'm intrigued because I sense a rising tide in the Man United fan base.
Yeah, you're right.
Amarim in?
Yeah, I'm Amarim in. Yeah.
He's in.
Okay. Because I'm like sensing some Man United fans have turned.
Oh, but I've cussed him out. Like last month, my last video, I cussed him the fuck out. But do you know what I mean? It's just there's standards to this a little bit. It's don't get me wrong. I always say that the players right now are absolutely disgustingly crap. But at the end of the day, when you've got at your disposal, you're picking the same scrubs. At the same time, you need to be criticized. I would never understand where you can't be a positive fan or whatever, an outlook on your team if you can't go against the manager, basically, innit? Like, that's it. You can't do that. And it's like, no, but the club's bigger than the manager. If he's doing stuff wrong, then you criticize it. But it doesn't mean you want him out or nothing, because you already know what the overall picture could be in your own opinion. My own opinion is a lot more. I think it's so imbalanced at United with the squad that no manager could sort this mess out. We go back to playing low block or something nasty, and then you might have a little bit of. Then you have Ten Hag all over again.
Do you enjoy the style of football though?
I like the patterns of play that I see, but every time there's something that I've seen, someone like actually here you go. First goal, Newcastle. We was playing nice. He was bopping it a little bit. Guess who gets it away? We just gave it away. And guess what? The guy who gave it away in the end, is the one who left the space in behind. And his special case is, or what he's known for, is sniffing out danger.
Who's this?
Ugarte.
Is that Euro?
Ugarte.
Oh, Ugarte.
It's enough. Like, you see what he wants to do, and I see where there is, but it's like it's just not gonna happen. I've got Lindelof in the squad,
Yes, the players, isn't it?
The players are horrible.
This is Arteta had to deal with that. He wanted to play 2-3-1, and they just couldn't do it. And he was playing 5-4-1. Yeah, I remember. He was playing it from the back all week. Pause, and I was just furious. We just passing it, Ramsdale conceding.
The free back's weird for me still. I'm not gonna lie. The only team that I recognise a free back is Hanif, is your team, man. It's like that's just Chelsea's bread and butter. It's like it's embedded into the way they are, the way they play. Even now, they kind of play free back as well in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Except
It's
now
we play good football. We create a lot of chances. We can't finish our dinner. We just can't finish our dinner. But our defense and our keep. I'll be honest. If you look at both of our clubs at the moment, there's similar problems. It's just that you're a lot worse off because you've got this new board who've come in this summer. And I've always said this. I said Ineos are responsible for what's happened now because they've made such a bad decision in the summer because. What United are lacking is experienced Premier League players and leadership. Because under Fergie, you'd have that in abundance where you just go to teams and say, "Yeah, we're taking your best player. We're taking your best player. They'll make our teams better." And that's what United need to go back doing. They need to go back and think, you know what? We need to get 2 or 3 Premier League players. And hopefully 1 or 2 will have leadership skills. And that team improves. It'll become a top 10 team. And then you need to improve the output in front of goal because when you look at the numbers, right, United are not taking enough shots in front of goal. And when you're not taking enough shots, you're not going to score many goals. And that's the problem with United at the moment. But I highly rate the coach. I think the coach is better than Maresca. But that's just my opinion on that. But I think if you give him 2, I don't know if he'll get it. If he gets 2 summer transfer windows, I think he'll make that.
I'm in agreement. That's where my head's at. Like I look at what you said there. Cunha's one of the better 10s or left wing. He suits what we need in it. You bet to go.
Please don't sign him, Cass.
I need him in my life here, and I need him in my life. I need him. I need him. I need Tyler Dibbling. Yeah, I need him. That's 2 because I think Dibbling's
Tyler Dibbling. Why Tyler Dibbling?
You know what it is. I want to. You know what it is. I don't believe. I gotta be realistic about our situation. Yeah, I don't believe we can get experience, and more experience. I want to mix it up in it. Like Angel Gomez on a freeze experience. I don't mind that. The profile.
Angel Gomez.
I like him a lot.
The guy who you guys like.
Got rid of basically, but it's for free anyway. So we get him back anyways if we do. But then there's players like Cunha, Edison. Maybe. I think that's a stretch, by the way. But I like Chris Wood, though, the young buck from Sunderland. He's wicked. I think he might actually change his side to Newcastle, which I'm hoping not. Because I think he's going to be the next best thing as well in centre. Like
attacking mid, the 8.
Yeah, there's other players as well that I like, which I'm not going to say.
Delap
looks like that's a fight between me and Hanif at the moment for Delap or Osimhen, whichever one. I don't know, but
I can't see Osimhen going to either club. I think he's going to go to a top.
I'd rather Osimhen, but Delap for 30 million. This is where we're at the moment. This is where I'm at the moment.
He said already he wants to go to a team that's in Europe.
No, but that was from TalkSport, bro.
Oh, was it from TalkSport? Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like everyone wants to go to a top team.
Let's look at like the situation. I don't think Man United's squad is as bad as people. I think there's some very good pieces there. I just think the backbone of the squad is not yet good enough. I think the goalie is the biggest issue.
Oh my God! Thank you, Stefan. He's a bigger issue than Hoyland.
Jesus Christ! Honestly, the only goalie that's shittier than him, and that's I don't know how, is Sanchez from Chelsea. I don't know what can you about
I
Sanchez.
told you the problems are pretty similar at Chelsea and Man United because they've been throwing so much money at it rather than using,
Love
a
it
process
equally,
like Newcastle. And I hate using Newcastle and Liverpool as an example, but they are the examples, and Arsenal, to be fair. And now we have to. Well, United are going to have to take a bit longer to get there because of the financial resources at their disposal, because they're having to pay for their previous transfers and then letting go of their manager, and then obviously they want to build that new stadium as well. So in terms of for Man United, the next 10 years, right, is a build, and obviously Kaz might disagree with you, but the next 10 years is a building block towards top four and even going for the league, and this is where Man United are.
I don't think 10 years will be that. I don't think you need to wait for a stadium to be
4
glorified.
years, 3 years.
I think I give it. I'm not gonna lie. If my man isn't competing for a league in the next 2.5 years or 2 years, bro.
No, but if you're going for the stadium, then it might be a bit different because the cash will be strapped, won't it?
I don't know. We don't know. We don't know how the whole thing's getting. Look, the only way that stadium gets built if Blazers go, isn't it? That's the only way. Otherwise, it's not happening.
No, and if we're going by the current culture that Radcliffe wants to instill, if Man United have a big spending summer, they spend a lot of money. Get ready, the players are going to have.
They're going to make a lot. They're going to make a lot of money as well. They're going to make about 100 from selling some of the players, some of the assets that they have.
Who the fuck are they going to sell?
Rashford,
I think
Anthony, Sancho,
Rashford. If Rashford goes to Villa, it's about 40.
Cass, Rashford is a pipe dream. Nobody's paying him 350.
No, Villa will pay 40 million.
Yeah, but he will go. You don't have to pay him like that. You don't have to do. That's not our problem. He will go to somewhere for some sort of fee. Garnacho is wanted by teams as well. He will end up going.
Yeah, Chelsea. He's wanted by Chelsea.
I swear down. You need goals. Please. I don't know if he went up. Please. But no, there's a lot of players that are actually going out the window. It's just that security. You have to secure your books first and everything, like wages and everything, which we're doing at the moment. But it's beyond that, innit? I don't know.
I have a really bad feeling that you're gonna sell one of your. I have a bad feeling that you might have to sell Mainu in order to.
If it means that we get more success, then so be it.
Doesn't he want to leave? Though? Would you let him go?
But I'm telling you now, not one player is bigger than a whole club. If I have to sell Kobe Mainu to get a Cunha, I'm doing it in a heartbeat. I'm desperate.
Bro, you're gonna sell a good kid from your academy.
No.
Yeah, if you want to be
what? Because he had an outburst moment at Bournemouth Stadium or whatever. That makes me prick.
Plural.
But the thing is, Man United don't have enough pricks in the team. I want pricks in the team. To not Newcastle are full of pricks, but that's why no one's to play them.
Stefan, he wants those players. He wants those players.
You know, but look where he fucking is.
So what? Who?
Do you know what I mean? So basically, the barometer for every player that's class is if a Man U fan wants them.
What?
No, because you missed it, Cass. They were having this big debate about Cunha before, about how his attitudes are irrelevant, and just because he saved Wolves, he gets to have the audacity as Ibrahimovic. That's what they were basically arguing.
You forgot the main thing. See, the thing is, if he was white, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. It's subconsciously.
I'm tired of that.
Subconsciously, no, I'm not joking. Subconsciously, it's installed. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. That if they got some sort of, I don't know, IC3 tax going on with them, or whatever, then you're gonna have to talk about they got an attitude problem.
Saka, okay, wait. Bukayo Saka is really, really dark. He's the nicest guy.
It's not that. Yeah, but I'm not accusing you, but I'm saying that's what the stereotype is, bro. That's what the stereotype is.
There's no one more IC3 than Saka. I'm telling you that. There's not much more IC3 than Saka. That might be a 3.5. I'm just saying.
Look, I'll give you an instance. He just said Ibrahimovic. No one talks about it. Jack Grealish gets away with murder, bro.
That's
true. That I have said on the stream.
By the way, people don't want to hear about what Cole Palmer was doing before, how behind the scenes, what he was doing, blah blah. But even at Chelsea, guess what? Don't get spoken about though. Because guess
Yeah,
what?
because they don't fucking they don't do it on the pitch and on Twitter.
But if someone beefs a little bit on the pitch, so what? You're a human being, bro. You're not a robot. My thing is beef on the pitch. You get me?
That's crazy.
No,
But I just want to say, everybody who's been on streams with Cash, his temperament ain't the calmest. So I can understand why he has this perspective.
The issue that I have is if you take Cunha and put him in Newcastle, which already has a very good set culture, that's great. You can take. If you put him in a Man United full of overpaid prima donna dickheads, that is literally
like who? Let me know who now.
I mean,
Wait, hold on.
Garnacho, fucking.
Garnacho's got paying 50. Gets paid 50 grand a week, mate.
Yeah, but he acts like he gets paid 300.
Yeah, but that's not my problem. By the way, he's Argentinian. This guy's Brazilian. There's gonna be beef.
Great.
That's your point.
It's just the way. It's just the way the world works. The thing is, a lot of our guys don't even get paid over 200 grand that we're getting rid of. Whether it's Rashford, whether Casemiro might leave potentially. I don't want him to leave, by the way. Not anymore. I'd rather see out his contract. Experience is key, no matter what. Yeah.
What a legend.
But you know what's mad though, yeah? So as you said earlier, Steph, Pep don't like them players that are too up their own ass. He's dominated the league for how long? Klopp was known that he wants to know how you are as a person and your characteristics, and if you're a family man, and if you're easy temperament, if he's going to sign you. He's won the league. The only thing that stopped us being a farmers league. And Arteta, who ain't won nothing but is doing quite well for a new manager, finished second repeatedly, doesn't like those type of players. There's like a common theme here now, where the elite teams in this country don't. That's like a bad trait.
Yeah, but you know what? We can't judge Cunha based on the fact that he wowed out on the pitch maybe once or something. Like, you can't.
No, it's not once, man. Wolves fans have said this loads of times, man. He cost them. The only thing is he'll score a goal to make up for it. That's the good thing.
He started attacking his own assistant coach.
All right, brother, I don't care. He just don't rate the club. Like, it's simple as that.
Stefan, look, Cass, if Cass sees him doing something daft, Cass will cuss him. And if he scores a goal, Cass will be like, I love you, man. Keep doing that. So if that's what it takes, that's what it takes, isn't it?
Who was leaking stuff to the press from Man U?
I think I believe I believe it was Garnacho, wasn't it?
When we had Ozil and Aubameyang and them, man, our stuff was getting leaked. Players who are up their own arse. They cause issues.
I don't know. I think Cunha's still got a lot to prove in it. He went to Atletico Madrid.
Thank you, Cass.
It didn't work out. He went to Wolves. He wants to move and that. Yeah, what? So who knows if the flipping assistant manager or whoever the fuck it is started the fucking fight or something? Maybe he said something mad. None of you lot know that.
Can we stop with this consistent defending of dickheads by saying,
how do you know they're dickheads?
We're not defending him. We're just saying he might do better in a different environment as well. He might do well.
Yeah, but that's the point.
Do well.
We don't know.
Fuck it, sign him.
We don't know the ins and outs of a lot of these situations, but we're quick to judge it because we've seen whatever the media decides they want to put out. Do you get it?
He tweeted it himself.
He did it himself, Cass. He's done it himself.
Yeah, but even if he tweeted that, how many times have we seen? How many situations have we seen, by the way, where players have tweeted something and deleted something? Bro,
Shaka's never done it.
Shaka, who your fans beg to keep cuffed his own ears and getting rude to your fans, bro. Guess what he's done? He's gonna win a league. Are they moaning about his attitude, bro? Man's a family man, by the way.
No, Xhaka, but Xhaka
was shit for the majority of his career.
But wait, Xhaka had never ever done that.
You know what? Fuck it, sign him. I generally don't care. If you think he's a great, sign him.
I just don't think, bro. When you're in my situation, when you're desperate a little bit and everything, and when it's been
what's his name? What's the get Stuart Down in as well?
I probably
all of them.
Left wing back Stuart Down, it would be cold.
Hargreaves. Kaz, all you need to do, you go and get the guy from what is it? You go get Mbeumo, good player. You go add him to your strike. Mbeumo's a really good player.
Yeah, but I don't know about him playing inside though. Like this is.
I guess it depends on the positioning. I guess it depends on your positioning, and then if you need, I don't know what position he plays. I don't know if it's left or right. The lad at Fulham.
Eze and Cunha.
I just think they need to go. If Cass is all about he likes assholes and pricks. Go to Saudi. Get Ivan Toney out of Saudi Arabia. Sign him.
So if
get
he's such a
Cunha.
prick, then why do a lot of teams want? Why did your team want Cunha? By the way, because they do. He's on the radar. By the way.
Nope. Since the outburst, we've cooled our interest.
No, well, it literally recently come out with Berta about the whole that he's an option. Newcastle want him, Forest want him, Man United want him, and Liverpool have been linked with him too. So what are we doing now? So now all of a sudden,
Okay.
who do you know more than Stefan?
No, okay. Maybe
gotta
Arsenal
go,
haven't
gentlemen.
inquired
Have a
about
great
him,
night.
Big up to him.
I guarantee you, man. If I'll give you, I don't know, I'll bet 50 quid or something, or 100. I don't know.
I don't bet.
Sorry. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I'll say I'm a moron on stream or whatever. If
You
Arsenal,
don't need to say that. You already are one.
thank you.
From the guy who don't gamble.
Yeah. That's true. If Arsenal sign Cunha, that's never happening. Man City will not sign Cunha also. They will not sign a player like this because of those outbursts. And I think a club where the culture needs to be still set and formulated, and that's what's happening in Man United, where Amorim is rebuilding a whole team and a whole club. To sign a player like Cunha who will jeopardize that with his attitude, and he's shown to do it, because what he's shown is that whenever he plays for a club that he thinks is beneath him, like Wolves, what if Man U are shit again next season, Cass? He's gonna do the same shit to you guys.
You know what you keep doing though, yeah. You keep saying if, like everything we all say is always going to be an if. We don't know until we see it.
Okay. So you would risk paying 62 million for that?
Yeah, bro. I've seen pricks at my
Supposed to
team.
Man U, though, Steph.
I've seen pricks everywhere at my team before. You think this is the first rodeo?
Yeah, but haven't you learned from signing those pricks?
No.
What, Wayne Rooney was a prick.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, Rio Ferdinand off the pitch was a prick, and on the pitch too. He was a prick.
But this is crazy though. What is Cunha scored a few goals and stopped relegation, and we're talking about Rooney and Cantona. And
yeah, but I'm saying,
this is crazy.
Every team might have had something where they've had a scrap with someone on the pitch or an assistant manager. Like Gattuso had a scrap with fucking other shit all the time. He's a prick. So what?
But Cass, you're bringing up players that played in clubs with great winning culture.
If they're scoring me goals, I don't give a fuck if they're pricks. Let the manager deal with that. If he's a big boy manager and he's gonna do what he needs to do, I guarantee when he first comes to a club, he's gonna be well behaved for the first couple of years.
You know what? Yeah. You know what's interesting? Man United on Sunday, 20th April, at Old Trafford. It's a prediction for like Man United versus Wolves. Cunha might audition as well. See you later, Steph.
He's already scored.
Guys, good night. Great stream, guys. Boys, I'm going as well, man. I'm work in the morning. Right, have a good night, boys. Take care, man. Nice. Liverpool are shit. Good night, guys. Good night.
You're wobbling.
A great ending.
Yeah. What's your score prediction, Cass? Do you think you'll win?
No.
Wow, it's the first time I've heard you predict an L.
No, I didn't. I used to predict an L. I predict a draw.
Oh, fair enough.
Who are you playing?
Wolves
at Old Trafford.
Yeah, Old Trafford.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. So what do you reckon the score will be?
I think it would just be 1-1, to be fair.
A 1-1 draw. Score draw. All right, what do you say, FaZe? What do you reckon? Man United Wolves.
I want Man U to win, man.
But before that, obviously they're playing Lyon. So do you reckon that would affect? Like if they don't win, do you reckon that'll be a knock-on effect against Wolves?
Are they safe?
Who, Wolves? No, they need to. Oh yeah, they're safe. They're pretty much safe.
Where are Wolves?
But Wolves want to finish. They're like 17th.
Where's Man U?
14th.
Oh yeah, no.
That's 6 points ahead of him or something.
Are you on the beach in the league?
We're not getting relegated.
Yeah, so you're kind of on the beach, and there's not really much to play for, is there?
Kind of on the beach.
Yeah.
So I think Lyon. Lyon's the important game.
Yeah, Lyon's the important
game.
Yeah,
Lyon's the important game. So I don't really have much. Yeah, Wolves. Fuck it, Wolves.
But just on that though, do you reckon United will beat Lyon?
Yeah, I do believe we beat them. I believe we beat them 2-1. I'm not sold. I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm not sold by Lyon. Like they had all the possession, but they didn't even have the better chances than us.
Is Anana playing again?
I reckon. You know what it is for me? Because of what you said, you have to see this through.
Because he called out the fans. Oh, I swear he called out the fans.
I don't know if he did. I think that was fake, by the way.
With that message, because I swear he put I don't know if it was on social media or something, he put like a message out.
I doubt it. That wouldn't be in his best interest, but I wouldn't put it past him.
Alright, cool. So you think they'll win and progress? I preach. What you saying? What do you reckon about Man United? Do you reckon they will win Lyon and then beat Wolves?
Yeah,
And they'll get out. And what would you think?
yeah, I reckon they could get a double win.
Double win, yeah.
Yeah, like scrape it. If anything, 2-1 against Wolves.
Yeah. The issue, though, it's just the issue of, you know it. We all know it. We've all been through it with our managers. It's always going to be selection, isn't it? Who are you trying to select? Are you going to pick 7 defenders again, like a donut, or are you going to be a bit more adventurous?
7 defenders.
Do you not know what I'm being dead serious? 7 defenders, bro.
We did that today, bro. I think.
No, you were fine. You're fine. You didn't do that. No, in a way, because you can. The thing is with Rice and Partey.
Yeah,
You can still class them as proper 8s. You know what I mean? Like Agate for me is like he compares the 8. He's the defensive 8. Where you see Rice going forward. Partey can play forward if he wanted to.
Yeah, I hear you.
You've got wingers. You've got proper attacking options. You know what I mean? I don't want to see Bruno Fernandes in the 10. Like my thing is like cool. Mount's played a bit now. We got no choice. Go play Mount and Colby in the 10. Play Casemiro and Bruno back. Now you got a progressive enough midfield. You got a ball carrier in there that makes up for Xerxes' ball carrying, I suppose. And go from there. You're gonna have to play that scrub Hoyland. You got no choice.
So hold on, where you play Bruno?
In the 8 with Casemiro. That's our best pivot.
Oh, so double pivot.
That's our best pivot. That's our best.
Are you saying it is your best? Or
It is.
Wait. So who's in your 3? Who's your front 3?
Ain't that dangerous for Casemiro?
No, that's why I got no, because they've actually been when they played together, we've been actually playing good ball like recently. That's why you see the little form of Man United and us getting a little bit giddy, a little bit. It's like, no, I wait for them to play.
Is Bruno disciplined though? Because if Casemiro gets left by himself, he'll get overrun, man.
No, but the thing is, he don't. Bruno hasn't been doing that. That's why you haven't seen me cuss him yet.
Oh,
yeah. Remember I said yeah.
Right.
No.
That's why I put Colby and Mount in the 10s for some legs, because then it's like Colby will gas out, but that's when you bring on Garnacho. Do you get it?
I get you.
That's when you bring him on and whatnot. That's when you got Mount there. Don't worry. As long as I don't, and if you're winning the game, that's when you bring on Agate, bro. That's when you want him with like a Casemiro or something. Like bring him off the field, shut down the shop. Bring on Maguire. Like it's nasty work. Put Maguire up front if you have to. I don't care. Just shut the shop.
I think Man United. What's happening is like there's Man United of old and the mentality of old and the fans of old still thinking that Man United are in that place, but I think the reality is they're not quite there, if that makes sense. I'm really skeptical about if Onana plays, if he has the confidence.
Is like reality is being there much better?
I don't know. No, he's not.
No, he's not exactly. So it don't really matter which shape of it.
This is the big issue for me. Do you know what I mean? And it depends what type of, because he's cost you a lot.
£2 for Big Issue magazine.
He's cost you a lot of points, a lot of games,
a lot of big moments.
Yeah, a lot of big moments where you lot could have drawn games, won games personally. He's been a big thorn in you lot's side. So, yeah,
he was a scrub for both. The fact is, he was a scrub for both of those goals. Exactly. I can't believe that belly flop he did. I can't believe that belly flop he did for the first one. It's like it's not the first time.
And you know what? To kind of pivot a bit, yeah. Speaking of keepers, what the fuck's happening with Vicario, man?
Yeah, he's done a mad one.
What the fuck is going on, bro?
Oh yeah, Ash. Are you going through tomorrow? Away, you're away, not even at home. You fucked up.
Away, bro. We should have got. I said we need to win by 2 clear goals.
You done all right against Hoffenheim when you did play them, but Frankfurt, not Hoffenheim.
Yeah, exactly. They're third in their league. They won their last game.
And the maddest thing is, Lazio lost against Bodo Glimt. Bro, you could be playing Bodo Glimt in a semi-final. This is your best time.
Bodo Glimt, a Swedish team, but they could have piped. Yeah, no pause. They could have piped Lazio, bro. 5. I swear.
What is it? 2 or 3? Would they win 2 or 3?
About 3, I think. They won 3.
Mad.
They could have smashed them up. Especially
they were favourites. They were favourites for the whole competition.
Yeah. And I thought we were going to play. I thought, if we progress, we'll get Lazio. No, sir. So, yeah, man, I'll be pissed if we don't beat Frankfurt because we could have played Bodo Glimt in the semi. And then, for me, we should be. But the wickedest thing is, Cass, I reckon, boom, even if we were to somehow beat Frankfurt, We still get beat.
You're in a win-win situation. Yeah, you win, you go through. Obviously,
Yeah.
you lose and you get sacked.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That's it. He's done. He's finished. And you know what I need? You know what I needed to happen? Because see that man called Wolfie that supports Tottenham Forest. Yeah, I need him to suffer a little bit more. I need a bit of a manager bounce. I know you've got some fantastic players in literally in your squad. They can play ball. I need to see it. I need them to be revived. I don't care if you move up the table to 10, 12, 9. I don't mind. It's 6. There's what 5 or 6 games. I need Wolfie to suffer. I need him to drop out the whole of the. I need to see Forest in 7th.
They will.
Yeah.
Oh, 7th.
Is Chelsea going to pick up enough points? And are they going to pick up some points at Forest at the end of the season? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, the capitulation will be like unrivaled.
I would love it. I need it, and I need to breathe it. Do you get it?
Yeah, no, I hear it still.
Because
I was going to ask about Chelsea Fulham, but the Chelsea fans gone, innit? For fuck's sake. But Liverpool Ipswich, we know what's going to happen. So I'm not going to bother with that either. Who's the next game? Arsenal, who's not playing? Who's Arsenal?
Ipswich.
Arsenal got
Ipswich.
Leicester. Liverpool.
Leicester.
That's not fair.
Leicester at home.
Calm. Yeah, you man are calm. So the big game really is Monday night, Spurs versus Forest.
I can't wait.
But yeah, man. City. It's a double game week.
I need to run. You know what? I'm gonna have to run a quick preview. A quick reaction for that. Get Wolfie and Deji on. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, that's gonna be quality TV.
Yeah.
That's gonna be quality TV.
Deji Wolfie will be good. Yeah. Predictions though for Spurs. You man, what do you reckon? You reckon Spurs will qualify, get into next round, or you reckon they'll fall off?
No, you're done. Ekatike is gonna finish you off. I'm sorry, he's done. He's finished.
Yeah,
you're finished.
The preach agrees, yeah.
No, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Premier League over everything, man. Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, man.
Possible.
Show out, man. Show out.
I hear it, man. I'm going to end the show there, man. I'm going to go any further, man, because it is late. And it is the Easter week. But yeah, man. Big up you, man, for jumping on. Pause. What? Yeah, big up. Love for the love.
Big up, man.
You've seen Cass for a minute on the show, man. So it's good to see him on. Trying to ruffle up his feathers.
Long time, man.
Long time no see, for real. Thanks to the raid as well. Big up the chat as well, each and every time. Love for that raid as well. Big up Preach. Big up FaZe. Any last words, man?
It's not even a joke. I'm running up a lot of content on my own channel. Yeah, I'm doing a watch along, and I don't do watch alongs. So I'm not gonna lie.
What are you watching?
I might get a strike. Leon game, innit, Man United. I might get a strike because see me and watch alongs. The reason I don't put them out there is because, like I said, I have to write some shit down.
Yeah,
that's for real, man.
What do you mean? I'm lost.
Nah, that's the whole point. You don't need to know where it is.
You don't put the game on the screen, do you?
Oh,
no, he's talking about him.
Oh, okay, that's good. Better that. I thought you put the game on the screen.
Right. The book can get real dark.
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, yeah, you man. Love, peace. I'm out, man.